Hello Furkis, now I'm finally live on my channel here. I think I should be live, but I'm not sure if I am because I'm not seeing it on my tablet that I'm using for the stream. So excuse me if something will be slightly off here. Um, but I think we should be live right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Just a second, you guys. So yes, here I should be able to see if I am live. If you guys can hear me and see me at the moment of speaking, and yes, I am live. So hello everybody. Excuse me for some technical difficulties here, but I'm not sure why I'm so I am live. Okay, I see I am live on my tablet as well. So excuse me for that misunderstanding. But yes, so let's turn on the music here. And as you might know, we are currently seeing everything that is happening on the European Chess Championship, European Club Chess Championship. And just a second for me to get ready the chat so I will be able to see what is happening currently. Um, 1 second, you guys. Maybe I just won't have the chat, so I'm not sure what's happening here. But we get a move. We have a move here, or why is there a sound? Maybe because something is going on here. But yes, the plan of today's action is actually to see two teams playing. First team is the team that Arjun is playing in, and Arjun here has the black pieces against Vidit, his teammate from the Chess Olympiad. And yes, just 1 more second, we will get to the games, but I need to have the chat on my tablet ready. So just wait a few moments, please. I know it's kind of annoying for you to be here and me not being ready. I'm sorry, there are some subtleties that I'm not aware of. I'm not seeing the chat yet, but I will be able to do that in a few seconds. Just a second. There is a new move, I can hear that, but I don't know where to find the stream chat actually. Um, so perhaps I need to go there. I know where I'm going to see the chat. Just a second. A trade has just happened here, so you can see few more games, and this is actually completely winning, I would say, this game. So let's do. Oh, it's over. Oh, it was just a draw. Okay, so let's go back. Um, but yes, this not this team, but I need to see the Typhoon Eshka Ljubljana. Actually, this is the women's section, so the women are playing here. This is actually a team from my country. This is the Slovenians. On the top screen, I mean, Nana Zaganezi is here. This Chinese woman, Zhu Yiner, and um, Unuk Laura is also playing for my team. Also, Badelga Olga, not for my team, but for a team my from my country, of course. So just a second. So I see everything. I think I should be able to see the stream now, um, and the chat and everything, including. Just a second. Um, so like this. Okay. Um, just a second. So did I see the chat? I'm not sure where to see the chat. Um, I'm not sure actually. Hmm. Let me Google it. Just a second. So I am. I know that Twitch has an opportunity to only look at the chat. So I think I should be able to see the chat now. Just a few more seconds. Few more seconds, I am sure now I will be able to see everything. So like this. Um, I'm not actually sure. But okay, I will have the chat on my tablet now. We should be ready to see everything. Just a second. So yes, I think that's just the best way of handling everything. So let's firstly get to the open section of everything. So here knight h5 was played, attacking the queen and attacking the queen on in two different manners. Um, by Arjun, he has only 45 minutes left, and also Vidit is quite down on the time, having only 30 minutes left. But yes, I mean the position should be pretty equal now. Something like queen e3 here, perhaps, and then after queen e3, what can be played? Probably something like knight f4, attacking the bishop, and the bishop cannot really move. So the resulting position will look like this: rook e1. You cannot really take here because there is check and then take back. All right, take is on d3. Oh, you can take back firstly, which is quite weird actually. I wouldn't consider taking firstly. I would just take here. Um, so like this, yes. Um, I mean, probably taking on e6 firstly with a check should be just fine. But the computer says taking on d3 is better. So let me just take here, for example. This is check now. Which is still better. Plus on 0.9. A king h7, let's say, and c takes on d3. That's the plan. C takes on d3. These two pawns are pretty weak here on c5 and on d5. Maybe rook c1 and doubling up on the e file. Rook b6 here is the top end move. What about playing rook e8, going into a rook endgame? Rook e8. Oh, there is queen f5. Queen f5, king h8 takes, and then pick up the d5 pawn. So let me put it on the board. Now king g7, let's say, takes, rook takes. Queen takes here, and just queen takes pawn is a free pawn indeed with a check actually, and then pick up the c5 pawn as well. So that's not playable. But let me just put it on the board after rook e8. For example, queen takes is a possibility as well. I would say queen takes is a possibility as well. After queen takes, rook takes, let's say, just rook takes back, I guess. That's the idea. And that rook endgame should be quite better for white. I mean, you create a passed pawn somehow. Rook c1, pressure here, and then playing like d4. Also king f1, not allowing rook to infiltrate. This should be just winning. But after knight h5, yes, we are just looking at queen e3. There was a new move here played on the women's side as well. Suddenly this game, this third game, I think it was just a draw here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of it. But just let me put it on the board. There is no moves and the game is should be like finished, yes? Wow. Olga finished the game with 1 minute and 37 seconds. Let's go through the game. I think that might be quite interesting. E4, E5, knight E3, knight C6, bishop B5, A6, bishop A4. This is standard theory here. B5, bishop B3, D6, and now C3, castles and H3. Yes, this has been played a million of times. This is known as the closed rule of pairs. Should be just pretty okay. Now bishop E7 is not the most common move, but it's still been played so many times. D4, rook E8, A3, bishop F8, and 8 bishop A2 is not the best move, I think. Usually people play knight B to D2, and I play this myself with A3 and knight B to D7, knight B to D2 included. But okay. How is the name of an opponent? Leia played bishop A2 here. This is still a prep. Takes, and takes on E4. Wow, this is very interesting. Wow, and now here comes the brilliant rook takes on E4, sacrificing an exchange. Rook takes and knight, now knight G5, attacking here. And for example, if you move the rook somewhere, I mean, you have to see that you are not only attacking the rook, but you are also attacking F7. So the only square for the rook should be E7, and then turn on the engine, and after queen H5 you should be just lost. H6 you take here, and yes, this should be just winning. I mean, look at this pressure. Maybe knight takes on H7, on H6. So D5 was played. D5 is also the only move in the position that keeps the equality here. Now knight C3. This is still prep from both players. Now sacking another pawn here, and black is suddenly up 4 points of material, which might be quite a bit of material to give away. Now queen H5 was played, attacking F7, attacking H7. This is actually a fork here. So now G6 is, no, H6 is the only move. Wow. What about G6 here? I mean, queen takes on H7 is made, so yes, H6 is of course the only move. And suddenly it's, wait, what was the best move here? H6, but it is on depth 37. The engine shows pretty equal position. But now H6 was played, and it's kind of plus 0.8, plus 0.9, excuse me. Knight takes on F7 was a drawing move. Queen H4 was played, Queen G6, and Queen F6. Knight takes, and they repeated the moves 3 times, and this is automatically a draw. So okay, Typhoon has a draw, and also the other team has a draw. I don't know why the board is not refreshing with a result, with a result which should be automatic. If you put on a smart board, if you put the kings in the center of the board, that means the game ended in a draw. But let's see the other games as well. I won't use the engine because engines are bad if you're trying to improve your chess, not only watching the event, but also trying to improve yourself. So pawn to d4 was played by Nana's opponent. Now knight f6, the most common move, c4 and e6. And now trying to play d5, or if knight to c3, trying to play the move bishop b4, which is the Nimzo Indian defense. But Nana's opponent played knight f3 here. After d5, g3 was played, going into some Catalan opening, which is of course the unbreakable opening. No, I'm just kidding, but it is very difficult to play against the prepared opponent with the black pieces in the Catalan. So here c5 was played, not going for the open Catalan with takes, bishop g2 and a6 followed by b5 if allowed here. But okay, c5 is also a pretty normal move here. c5 or taking or playing bishop e7 is quite normal. c5 trying to play knight c6 next move. b6 maybe bishop e7 to counter red bishop on g2, which will be the monster of the game. Now c takes on d4 was actually played, and c takes on d4, excuse me, c takes on d5 was played, and now c takes on d4. After queen takes, which is not the best move actually. D takes on e6 was quite more comfortable for white. Here bishop takes on e6, followed by queen takes, going into an end game after queen takes on d8 and rook takes on d8, followed by bishop g2 and short castles. This should be quite fine for white, but there is knight b4 threatening to go here, and if you castle, oh, knight c2 is no longer a fork, but the rook is trapped on a2, losing a lot of material here. So hello, I'm seeing the chat. Hello everybody. um so yes, now after the move knight to b4, the only move is to play knight a3 here, stopping the threat of knight to c2, and of course you cannot take the knight on a3 because the knight is blocking bishop's view. So after knight a3, knight takes on a2 is actually a free pawn here. As you can see, if rook takes, simply bishop takes, so that's no longer possible, but just castles, and being the material is simply the same here. But Nana has the two outside pawns in on the queen side, which can be quite a challenge to defend in a very hard endgame to face. So now bishop takes on a3 after castles, and b takes on a3, and knight takes on c1 would go into some endgame after castles, maybe rook c7, rook d7, rook c1, and here should be quite fine. Rook d8 is not a threat because, oh, actually it is. Now if you play a random move like a4, you should be just lost after check. Here check, bishop f1 and bishop h3, because this is not checkmate because we have bishop takes on c8, but of course Nana's opponent wouldn't do that. But let's see how the game went. Queen takes on d4, and now Nana played the move knight takes on d5 and bishop g2, followed by knight to c6, attacking the queen. Of course you need to move the queen. Nana's opponent played queen d1, which is kind of passive, I think. Probably going to a4 was more active, or maybe even to c4, but okay. She played queen to d1, bishop e7, castles, and a3, trying to play b4, or just not allowing any of the knights or bishop to get to the b4 square, which is quite important actually. And also maybe trying to play b4, bishop b2. So now bishop f6 was played, stopping any b4 ideas here. Rook e1, knight b6, going back, offering a queen trade. She played knight b to d2 here. e5, going to maybe to e4 if rook e8, and maybe bishop f5, opening the diagonal. That's the key in the position. Knight e4, bishop e7, bishop g5, f6, opening a king here, but okay, queen b3, exploiting the weakness of the king. Queen d5, knight d5, going into queenless middle game here. Bishop d2, bishop e6, and rook is to c1, rook a to c8, and e3 is the current position. And now you can see the importance of b4 being occupied, not occupied, but defended with this a3 pawn. Otherwise, I mean, some knight b4 would be quite interesting. Maybe this knight to b4, maybe to d3, and Nana's position would be much better than it is. But okay, let's see. The engine says the position is pretty equal, minus 0.3, which is nothing special actually. So Nana will try to outplay her opponent. Nana is of course higher rated. She is a grandmaster. Her opponent is the only I am. I have no title, so I'm not the one who says only I am. But let's see others game as well. Let's see in the men's what is Arjun doing. Knight h5 was played. He played queen e5 actually. Now knight f4 and rook to e1. Rook a to e1. So of course now the threat is probably, what is the threat? I'm not even sure what's the threat is. I'm thinking about playing g3, but it hangs h3. Knight g5 should be just fine. So what? And black is on the move. We need to make sure that we know that. What is black next move? We will see. Knight takes on d3, simply queen takes on e6 is fine. And you need to remember that the time format in this kind of open tournaments is pretty much always having 90 minutes for 40 moves and of course getting 30 seconds every move. But when you and your opponent both reach the move 40, you should gain 30 minutes after that point. So yes, as you can see, Virit has only 26 minutes, but he needs to make 21 moves. He is getting 30 seconds every move, but the position is pretty complex. You don't know what to do with your pieces because this knight won't ever leave. Um, I mean, Arjun has pretty pleasant position. Maybe a5 would be my preference, my choice in this position. a5 following with a4. What is his response after a5 and a4? You shouldn't really allow a4 to happen because takes or maybe even a3 um, is pretty good. So let's say a4 will be played, a5, a4. But then suddenly this square becomes pretty weak, and if the knight can reach that square, that would be pretty amazing. Pressuring here, pressuring on c3. And also, I mean, this b4 square is now very weak. Maybe even the queen can land there, the knight. And as you can see, this bishop is kind of blocked in. I mean, he has the square b5. But if a4 and a5 will be played. So, yes, we need to talk about the material imbalance. Yeah, maybe in the starting position here after the 19th move was played. Rook to e1 was played here. And yes, just a second so that I do something with my chat. Just a second. Okay, everything should be fine. I just need to charge my tablet. Okay, there we go. Excuse me for that. But yes, now rook e1 was his move. Interesting that he played rook a to e1, not rook f to e1. But yes, what I was talking about is this imbalance. Knight versus bishop. And at this moment, I think the knight on f4 is pretty much dominating the bishop. Why? Let's see. Almost all the pawns are on light squares for with it. That means this bishop is kinda blocked in, and it serves like a pawn, not as much else. Of course, there are light square weaknesses here in black's camp as well. But I mean, just look at everything that Arjun has done. This diagonal, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could play g5 even, making a lot of weaknesses here. But I mean, queen defends everything. The knight is perfectly fine placed. There is no way to exploit this diagonal. There is no way to play queen e4 to attack the mate on h7, which wouldn't be even mate. But it would be kind of unpleasant. But let's, I mean, how can you exploit this weakness on this diagonal? I don't think there is any way to do so. So what is White's idea here? You need to have an idea. If you only have 26 minutes, that means minute for every single move to make. Let's say 2 minutes because you get a bonus time and he has more than 21 minutes. But that means 2 minutes per every move. It's pretty damn little. If Arjun don't push us with d5, losing the pawn here, well, the position is pretty complex. Although there are only one pair of minor pieces on the board and only the heavy pieces are left on the board, there is a lot of life in this position. That was just a sound from the women's section, doesn't matter. But yes, I mean, this is pretty damn nice for I would say for Erigaisi. He's playing against Super GM Virid, but this doesn't matter. He has crossed 2800 on this in this tournament. He is on 4.5 out of 5 games. He's pretty much unstoppable, but he will need to put some pressure. He's thinking a lot, but I mean, this rook on f8 is a damn good piece. You could play rook f6, trying to double up here. Maybe then take on f2. You have a lot of like, maybe queen h4 is also a move. G3 takes. What is the idea actually of queen h4? I have no clue. But I guess to sack here and try to open up something like here. Although it will be really complex. So let's open one more game against Vincent playing against Grandmaster VE. So let's see that in another tab, just a second, and we will look at 3 games at Nana Games here. Um, Also, this game, let me put the top 2 boards on in every single team, but here, of course, Salimova. Oh, what is this position? Wow. Wait, this is pretty much losing for Salimova, isn't it? Here, Zuyiner from the team from my country should be just much better here. This is pure fork. This pawn is pretty much unstoppable. Bishop a7 and promoting. And let me check the engine, but yes, 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 let's go. And Salimova is a very good player actually. She finished like second on in World Cup, so she's really good. But she should be in fact lost after 25th move was played here against Zhu Yiner, which who is a part of team from Slovenia. So let's go. This is very nice. But okay. So let's see. Salimova will lose. We'll see Nana's game as well, which is a pretty balanced end game. I mean, queenless middle game, nothing special. There is a lot of positional game, but we will look at open section here a little bit more. Arjun is spending a lot of time, but I will notice when he makes a move. We'll analyze that move very deep. So let's see the game against VE and against Keimer Vincent here. So okay, we have queens on the board. That's a good sign. This king is weirdly placed on h7. We have a lot of life in the position. I mean, 2 sets of double pawns for VE, but he's up a pawn. And of course, you need to know that VE is playing in the same team as Arjun, and Vincent Keimer is a teammate of Vidit Santos. So here, let's analyze firstly without the computer, and then we'll turn the computer on so that we see how it is going by the computer evaluation. Here, firstly, we need to make sure that we see that bishop takes on a5 is a legit move. Although bishop takes on a5, I guess there is queen takes here, but then fork happen. Oh my goodness, this is so insane position. Wow. But let us try to see what the evaluation is. Maybe try to write it down in the comments. I will be reading that. And yes, here time is very important. You see, Vincent is down to 20 minutes and he has 20 moves to make. And it is very hard position. Bishop takes on a5 seems like it works. Why? Because if queen takes here, who has made a move? Okay, Salimova, but she will lose, doesn't matter. So here is the game I was looking for. Vincent against VE. I mean, bishop takes here. He played knight c5. Okay, but what about bishop takes here? So queen takes, bishop takes, here, takes, 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 I guess takes, and this is the weakness. And Vincent should be just lost here, I would say. Let's see the evaluation. Yeah, it's not lost. It's pretty okay for Vincent, but he played 95 indeed. And what does 95 actually do? Well, it attacks the queen here. If you take with the bishop, well, that's an option, but the d-file will open up. And also we have a material imbalance here. If bishop takes, then we will see 2 knights against a bishop and a knight combo, which might be very dangerous here. But what is your move if not bishop takes on c5? Well, your position, you should play something like queen c2 actually. Queen c2 is pretty natural here. You should play this in like 1 second. If you take it, I mean, taking here is also a possibility, I would say. I'm not sure how good the possibility of taking is. Let me see it. the point that b7 is so weak and that these knights are pretty cramped here. I mean, I would say like queen b1 here is an okay move. Okay, Nana's opponent made a move, but it doesn't quite matter. The position is still pretty balanced. So yes, queen b1 here would be my preference. Oh, I guess that blunders bishop takes on a5 with an attack on this fork. So let's not do that. Um, but how do you defend this pawn? You can't defend this pawn. So taking on c5 is definitely bad. Maybe, but yes, if you play queen c2, you hang a5. Takes and queen b2, I guess. But it doesn't even attack the pawn because there is still fork. Let me think. Well, that's pretty concerning. You cannot do anything of that. Bishop takes, pawn takes. This is still. I guess here is an idea to push a6 and then takes and doubling up his pawn structure as well. And then we have a symmetrical pawn structure, which is kinda insane here. Just let me admire this pawn structure. Maybe h3 needs to be played and then it will be an identical pawn structure. But I mean, look at these two sets. I mean, yes, two sets of double pawns, one each, and one isolated a pawn on the a file. But who is better here? This bishop is pretty damn restricted here. But the moves came. There was bishop takes on c5 happened indeed. D takes on c5 and rook a to b1 actually. Rook a to b1 happened. Bishop takes on a5. I mean, doesn't I guess I take on b7, and then there is rook d8, queen c2. What is happening here? I'm not sure. Tell me in the chat if you want to. I guess my knight on e3 is pretty bad. It can go to f5, like, let's say something like, so rook e7 was played. Rook e7 was played, not taking on a5 but defending the b7. And now I would say, I mean, you need to know Wei is still up a pawn. He has 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 pawns, and Khaimar only has 7 pawns here, but a5 is inevitably dropping here. But yes, what about something like rook b3, bishop on takes on a5. Let me put it on the board, and rook b1 here. You cannot defend this pawn too many times here. And what's the evaluation? It is equal by the computer. Wow, that's pretty damn insane. This kind of position is equal. Hi there, hi there. Thanks for commenting on the video on the live stream. I am seeing your chats actually, so that makes me feel nice. If you were to see the beginning of the stream, I had some problems with seeing your comments. I will just put my headphones down. My ears are kinda hurt me now. So rook e7 was just played, defending b7. What do we make about this choice? The a5 pawn is inevitably falling. I mean, you could play rook b2, rook b1, maybe rook b3, rook b1, trying to take the b7 pawn, I guess. But let's say rook b3, I guess there is just rook b7, and you need to deal with that. And bishop takes here, rook b1. I mean, what about just rook d8 here? Going to the file, maybe going to d3, putting some pressure here. You don't trade, I think you play rook b3, and you don't have very good defense against it. Maybe being, I mean, I would say black is far more active here. He is down a pawn, but I mean, look at this activity here. Oh my goodness, I would say black is fine here. And he has sacrificed the pawn, but I mean, look at this rook on d3. Maybe queen e7, maybe f5 can happen. Knight e7 and f5. I mean, what is this knight doing on g8? It is so damn bad. Yeah, no worries that I haven't seen the chat, but now I do. Knight g8, maybe rook e7, maybe knight e7, the rook d7 and followed by knight d7 and f5, activating the f8 rook, opening up the f file so that this rook will be active down the f file. This is also an idea. I think Vincent Keimer is pretty okay here. He's down on the clock pretty much 13 minutes, which might be kind of awful, but when the moves come, we will get back. But let's go to Eric Gaisi now. What have happened? What has happened? So let's see. We left the rook to e1 here. Rook a to e1 was the last move played. Timer has a great position as of now. Yes, I totally agree with you. He has a very active rooks. Um, the a5 pawn will be weak, and then the a4 pawn will also be weak. This queen is perfectly fine here activating. f5 might be an idea to open up the rook. Knight e7 when the rook moves, and yes, I agree that Keimer has pretty good position. So here, yes, what I was saying, rook a e1 was where we left. Rook b6 was played. I'm not sure what the idea is. Probably to defend the e6 pawn here. Maybe also to double up in the future. Maybe play a4, a5. Then, when you have doubled your rook, that means that you will put some pressure on that b3 pawn. That looks pretty much defended for now. But a5, a4 might be a great plan. But yes, now rook e3 was played by Vidit in how much time? 26:39 when he saw that he played rook e3, rook b6, and now rook e3 played in, yes, that is 1 minute, and he got 30 seconds back. So he's playing quickly. Eric Gaisi now down to 22 minutes. That might be pretty concerning for Arjun here. He's playing great this tournament, but when 20 moves to be made and only having 22 minutes, not seconds, in this. But maybe king h2 and g3. I get it. You are defending the e6 pawn, but this is still a pretty big weakness. I initially liked the position of Arjun, but spending so much time on a single rook lift is pretty concerning. I mean, a5, a4, so clean, but now he's going to trade the queens. I don't like this. Queen b8. Why trading the queens? King h2 and g3, and you lose this pawn. I mean, you will suffer this endgame a lot. What is the evaluation by the computer? It is only plus 0.1, but this is still, I would say, fine position. Even trading here, rook takes, maybe king h2. I'm not sure. a5, perhaps even a4 can be played here. But let's just play g3. Your knight is actually pretty much stuck here. Knight h5 has to be played because knight g6, I just take it. And now rook e1. How are you defending this pawn is my question to you, Erigaisi. King f7. Okay, king f7 is actually a good move, but there are some things to be made about this. G4, yes, it's met with knight f4, and your king g3 traps the knight, yeah, but just takes here. But yes, this is. I mean, I liked Arjun's position going into this end game or queenless middle game. Some would argue. Pawn g3, knight takes on h3, loses a pawn. Yes, but if you play king h2 firstly, and then g3 defending the h3 pawn, like takes, king h2, king f7, and g3 defends the pawn, so you cannot take it with the knight. But that's a good point. You cannot play g3 unless you play king h2 firstly because it loses a pawn. Although, let me see, a5 here, before the king h2 here. Here, no, the knight gets to the g5 and it is not trapped. But yes, after rook b8, a new move has come. Rook f1. Okay, maintaining some. That's a good move, I would say, by Vidit. Maintaining tension here between the queens. If queen takes, rook takes, I think now king h2 and g3 is a legit option because you are putting a lot of pressure on e6, I would say. I mean, you have to probably play rook e8, but of course after rook fe1 you don't take the queen, do you? If you take the queen, I wouldn't take the queen. I really wouldn't take the queen here. But what else do you do actually? If you don't take the queen, I guess you play a5 here. Is a5 good? But still, like king h2. If you play like a4, well, I take your queen and play g3, knight h5, and you lose the pawn. Oh, I guess not knight h5, but I guess you could now take here in this position, and after rook takes, this should be fine. Actually, I missed that you can take on d3 with your knight. Actually, that will be just an equal endgame, yeah? Yes, it is equal. So okay, maybe do we get a move? No, not yet. So let's go back to the Khmer. So there are some moves after rook e7 was played. Knight f5 was also played, attacking the rook here. But now just rook d7, of course, attacking the queen. Queen e3 going to e3. Wow, wait, what? What about takes here? Queen takes on c4. Isn't this like free pawn? Oh, of course, there is this fork. Oh my goodness. There is this fork, so you cannot take. I get it. Queen e3, you cannot take because there is a fork. But yes, you play rook e8, threatening to take now. If you play something like h3, simply takes. If takes, well, rook is defending the pawn now, so that's not possible. And yes, this is fork. I'm fork chess, so I almost missed it, but doesn't quite matter. Rook 8, very nice move, and yes, well, Khmer only has 17 minutes, but I really enjoy watching him play. I mean, everything is defended, although it looks pretty dangerous, but a5 is dropping. You need to defend c3, c4, excuse me, but how do you do that? Queen e2. Ugh, queen e2, I mean, what is this? After bishop takes on a5, this is still hanging? I'm not sure. Let's see the engine. The engine is saying, oh wait, you can take on c5 perhaps. Oh well. Queen takes on c5. Well, but now you are up 2 pawns away. I forgot c5 was hanging. Well, what? But what's your move now? You are down 2 pawns. I mean, I know they are doubled, but still there is a big pressure here. Knights are pretty good for now. You cannot play f5 when the knight is on f5. That's an illegal move. I guess something like bishop e7, going back. Maybe going back with the bishop. You still cannot really defend it unless you repeat moves, but you won't repeat moves if you are up 2 pawns, of course. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. Let's see the engine. What? Knight f6. Okay. Oh, Knight f6 has a really good idea behind it. If you play like h3, which is a very bad move, if you play h3, you can sack the knight, rook takes, then queen takes here, which doesn't quite. That's not good. Oh, you cannot. Wow, you cannot play a rook e5 because queen takes on b1. So you are actually pinned here. One move. You are pinning the rooks, but you could play rook e1 here, and then f6, and the position is what? It is leveled again, but slightly better for white. Okay, rook e8 was played. Let's go back to the women's section. Arjun has made a move actually. What was it? Excuse me. Promote the variation. Make main line. Well, what happened? Queen takes on e5 was played. Rook takes. Knight takes on d3. C takes on d3, and rook a6. So we are in a balanced rook endgame. Not balanced, but it has the same material. Rook e6 attacking a2. I don't think there is much to play here. You should just play rook e2 instantly, I would say. Both guys on 22 minutes, and this should just shuffle into a draw. Oh, there is even rook takes on e6. I didn't see that initially, but just rook takes here. But you are getting quite active if you are Arjun here, but I guess rook e8 may be training. This should be just a draw, but I wouldn't take here. I would play rook e2. Defending here rook e2, defending the second rank. You shouldn't really go rook e8. You should go king f7 here, defending here. Then maybe g4, trying to exploit some weaknesses on the king side. You should improve your king, but suddenly the rooks become quite active. King g2, maybe even these breaks. Maybe not rook b8 here, but maybe rook c8, king g2 and c4. Takes, and rook takes. What do we think about this position? It should be equal. It is equal. Maybe slightly better for one or the other, but it doesn't quite matter. But rook a6 is just pretty. I mean, trading the queens here, and I miss that he can take on d3 of course, but that's pretty logical. Rook a6 to follow up. This game should end in a draw pretty quickly, I would say. These guys know how to draw this one, and yes, I agree with you. The game should end in a draw pretty quickly. Um, so let's see. Vincent Keimer again. Some moves on the board. No, not yet. Rook e8 played. Let's go back to the women's section. Um, so Nana is fighting pretty good. Nana is a player from the team from Slovenia. This is country where I live, so I'm pretty I do cherry for them. Not cherry, but how do you say? I'm not sure. But okay. 97 rook ab1 just played. The position should be equal, but I think Nana can outplay her opponent here. She has 100 rating points more. She is a Velemaster. That's how Slovenian people say Grandmaster. Um, Pressure here, I would say this c5 pawn is a weakness. But yes, of course, you could play knight d5 here. A6 d5, but then there is en passant. I'm not sure how to win this. But it's still it should be pretty equal. You have a material imbalance. You have dark square bishop if you're white for a knight on e7, or if you will on c6. It doesn't quite matter. But for now, this bishop is pretty active. I'm not sure why the position is so equal by the computer. It is slightly better for Nana. Okay, I guess. But this bishop can become active with some knight jumps. But if the knight moves like a6, let's just make a waiting move. Let's not say that the b7 is hanging, but okay. If you play like knight h4 here, well, and simply rook takes on d2, you're activating the bishop, but you're losing the other bishop, so that's not good. You need to play some bishop before firstly trading, and then playing like knight h4, knight f5 with some e5 g4 ideas, h3 g4, and going to f5 is also an idea pretty quickly. The theory videos on your channel were pretty helpful for me, especially the Caro-Kann video helped me boost my rating. Well, that's very nice to hear. I'm making that videos, but I just covered the whole Caro-Kann defense, including some hillbilly attacks. So maybe I will be going into some Sicilian defenses now. No, right, what you want to see next. Maybe I will do some of the videos as well. But currently I'm playing chess every day on chess.com, rapid chess, until I reach the rating of 2500. But today I am making this live stream. I'm not sure how you guys will like it, but something for a little change. Let's see the other game. It should be just completely winning for white here. Bishop takes on b2 was played, but wait, why is this not so much winning as I thought? Like, is the nice trapped here? No, that wait, what is this winning for? Yes, it is. Rook c4 is the best move. Knight c3 probably. For what? Knight c3. Maybe there is bishop before takes here. And the knight is completely trapped, and you have this pawn, and this should be just plus but oh, this knight is completely trapped. It cannot go either to a3 either to c3. But it should be just okay, and white should be able to win this game like 10 times out of 10 times. So I think this one is in our hands. Let's see the other games here. On the third board there was a draw, and on the fourth one, what is happening here? Let me quickly go through the game very quickly. Knight f3, knight f6, g3, b6. Okay, pretty aggressive systems. Bishop g7, b3, bishop b2, and the player from our team is having the white pieces here. That's worth mentioning. So that's the position. Laura only has 13 minutes and a half for 21 moves, which might be a um, pretty low time. Let me see how the engine says. Yeah, the engine says it's pretty equal. So, one game on the second board we will win. I mean, our club will win, and on the first board, if anyone will win, it should be Nana. On the fourth board, I'm not sure. It's she, an opponent of Laura, has the two bishops. Rook d3 just played. Um, she has 100 rating points more than her, but I think this should be just a draw. The material is in Laura's favor. She has an extra pawn, but it will be recaptured back. She also has the possibility to make an outside pass pawn, which should be fine as long as you don't get checkmated with these two monstrous pieces on the board. Let's see the open section again. Okay, rook f6 was played instead of king f7 that I thought that will be played, excuse me. So let's check out the Chimer's game. Knight f6 and knight g3 was played. I think all these games will eventually end in a draw, so let me see the Yu Yang Z game. That's the third one from the team Arjun is playing in. Yu Yang Yi is from Alkayoid. That's the team Arjun and Chimer are playing in. No, not Chimer, but Wei actually. So let's see, this should also result in some pretty quick draw. That's not so interesting. I mean, bishop against knight. Possibility to play f4, e4, excuse me. Should be just a draw. Let's see the computer. Yes, equal. So we won't watch this game. What about Navarra David? David Navarra is actually a very good Caro-Kann player as well. So let's see. And if I'm completely honest, I don't know who his opponent actually is. But he's 2700 Grandmaster from India, and I still don't know who he is. Let me see it. Excuse me, but I have no idea who this is. He drew Nihal Sarin, which is pretty great result, and he's on 3 out of 4, which is very good. He's playing against David Navarra, who is a very, very good Czech player, player from the Czech Republic, of course. I think this game should eventually also end in a draw. b7 is weak, d4 is weak, knight takes here is a possibility now. What? Yes, it is equal. We won't watch equal games if it's okay for you. Just to get some data how the teams are doing. Wow, this is now more interesting game. Wow, queen takes on h3 was just played. What the hell is queen takes on h3? The idea is if you take, you play knight f3 here, king has to go here, and you take with check, and this is completely winning for black, isn't it? Let me see the engine. It is equal. Bishop g2, and king takes is actually equal. 95, and you just trade off knights, and you just resign after 30 cents. So that's not the way you should play this. Excuse me. But queen takes on h3 is just a brilliant move. So there was a pawn on h3, but after queen takes on h3, there is no point there. G takes on h3 is the only move, I guess. How we're going to f3. What about f3? Let me see it with the computer. f3 loses due to I mean, of course, f3 loses the knight on g3. F3 loses the knight on g3, which is pretty important not to lose that one. So just a second. Like this. Okay, everything is fine with the screen. But yes, queen takes on h3 was just played. The songs are going on. That's great. Um, I mean, queen takes on h3 is really a brilliant move, isn't it? So I think that's pretty great to see some attacking chess. And wow, his opponent Anton David is on only 2 moves, only 2 minutes, and he has 10 moves to make. Wow. And this is gonna be some insane chess. Okay, he played queen to d4. There is no mate on g2 because of the bishop. Let me see by the computer. It is still equal though. Okay, the position should be equal, but it's pretty weird to play queen d4 not taking. But taking was just a for a draw after knight f3 and then check and something happened. Queen d4 and Anton only has 2 minutes left. Finally, some aggressive chess here. One more game in between these two teams. And yes, so let me just say it. The Serbian Grandmaster is playing for the team Alkaloid. That means he is in the team with Arjun Erigaisi, and Anton is playing with Vincent Keimer and so on. So this is the sixth board on the match between these two clubs. A 95 was just played. I think this is also pretty equal, I would say. Nothing special. The material is the same bishops. D3 is weak here. I guess that's the only point that black is slightly better here. I would say queen e2 just played. F5 also an idea, and F4. I would say black is doing pretty fine here. Yes, it is true minus point 2. I think that's pretty good for black. But he is down to 6 minutes, so that's pretty big trouble. Um, but yes, these games, for except for this one, which we will probably end in a draw. This is Keimer against Wei, which is pretty dynamic. Wei is up to pawns. He took the c5 pawn. Now he's playing rook d1. What is the evaluation? Only point p- plus point for, excuse me, being up to pawns and not being even point 0.5 up in the engine evaluation is just set. But yes, now what is doing Erigaisi? That's just a draw. I mean, wait, what you can take here, but you lose the a2 pawn. Yes, that's. But it's not so simple. Here, here you give check. Oh, but this is still defended, so that should be just a draw. What about Nana? What is Nana doing here? Rook b1 was played. Rook d3 here. Bishop e1 and rook takes on a3. Now I'm expecting just rook takes on b7, but now she has an outside passed pawn which can be quite dangerous at some point. Also this bishop protects the a2, so once the pawn reaches a2, it will be just a strong asset for Nana. So I guess she is the only one who can win this game. But rook takes on b7 should just be pretty equal. Also here, what is going on here? Queen a5 is an interesting move, but a4. What about a4 here? Defending. If takes here. Here, I guess this is a draw. Yes, you are up a pawn, but you will lose this one. Your knight is pretty bad. What is the? Yes, it's equal. Um, so I will inform you what is happening in Shock Ljubljana versus, I don't know how to say this one. Sirmium Sremska Mitrovica. I think it was right. But let's see the top board of the women's tournament. Alexandra Goryachkina versus uh, Bibisara Asa Ubaya. I think that's correct. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Um, okay, this should just end. I mean, saying that it will end in a draw is not fair to the players, but white is no, black is slightly better. Wow, but I think 94 blocking of these 2 pawns. 94 just played as I said. It should be just equal. So let's see the um let's see some of the action here against David Anton against Alexander Indnich, which is probably the most epic game so far. The queen is hanging on h3, but you could just play like king h7, and if you take, there is still knight f3. So that's not. I mean, queen d4 is still on a forkable square, so that's pretty fine. You don't need to move the queen from h3. I would say king g8 takes just here, and you take, and you play bishop g2. You take, I take. You go probably here, here, and here. And this is now much better for black because you are picking up this pawn. But you don't need to play like this. So queen d4 should be an equal position, but we'll see it if it would really end in a draw. Um, what about Ivic Velimir? Just equal, yeah. Let's see some of the action. What about Vasily Ivanchuk against Andrei King Dmitry? Ooh, this is some action. Finally, Ivanchuk has sacrificed his piece, but he's completely losing. Yeah. No, not Ivanchuk has sacrificed, but Andreikin Dmitry has sacrificed his knight. What has happened? Let's see the game from the beginning. Pawn d4, knight f6, c4, e6, and we have the queens to Nimzo. Nothing special. This is still theory, I would say. Rook e8, knight g3, bishop b3, and knight 5. So let's see, knight f5, knight b5. Second pawn here. Second, then what the fuck is this? Wait, is this sound or what? It's -1, but he goes and he sacrifices his knight, and this is just completely lost. I mean, what is this actually? What? King f7? What's your idea? Rook g1, h2. Here, pick up the queen, but simply takes. Wow, this is pretty insane, I would say. I don't think that's too good for black, and not for black, for white, excuse me. But yes, I mean that's pretty weird. Yeah. Just a second, like this. So I think that's pretty nice position for black. If he goes and consolidate and not get mated, he should be completely okay, completely fine, and should win the game pretty easily because of this h3 pawn. King f7 was just played, so that's very nice for Ivanchuk. He will just win this game. He has 7 minutes left, but he should just be able to completely be fine. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? What can I say here? I think just king f7. Yes. What is your idea? I don't get it quite yet. But yes. I mean, we will see. We will see. Um, just a second. So that's it. Why is the song not playing? Why don't you not say something? Well, the song is not playing. Excuse me. Now the song has stopped, or the playlist has stopped, which is bad. Why don't anyone say that in the chat? I have six. No, 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 no. Like this, yeah. Um, Why don't you say the music is not there? I'm sorry, I didn't know. But we will go through it. Rook h6 was just played. I don't know what the idea of that move actually is. Um, but okay, we will see how the game will go. But this is probably the so now the song should be playing. Yeah, tell me if it's too loud or too something. Yeah, just write in the chat and I will see. So okay, Rook h6 was just played. Oh, I get it. The idea is Rook h7 pick up the queen, but maybe just King e7 check and Knight f7. This pawn is always defended by the queen here. Also, just King g7. What is your move? e5 knight takes. There is no knight. I'm. I don't believe that there is something Dmitry Andreikin is looking forward to. I think he will just resign in few moves. Let's go back to this game. Okay, he gave the bishop for a knight here. I guess because he is arguing that he will never push through, but that's not true. I'm not sure why he did this. Oh, maybe he's trying to play f5 here. Maybe that's the move. f5 and then pawn takes, and activating the queen, activating the rooks, and also rook takes here is just okay, I would say, at some moment. But you need to firstly it's white's move and then just takes and then rook takes is fine. But I guess the bishop is too active. But we will see. Let's go to this one. Queen d7 was played, but he sacked the queen, so that's the important part. Of course, he sacked the queen, then go back, but doesn't matter. a4 was just played. David Anton has only 2 minutes left. a4 is a nice move, trying to open up the queen side here to attack him. And yeah, usually when you sacrifice the queen like that, queen takes on h3, you usually just win the game. But not today and not in this game, because yes, it's just equal. And was that the only move after d6? Is this the only move that works? No, actually, rook d8 is the top end move, but queen takes on h3 has the same abbreviation. But okay, a4 was played, and of course, Alexander should spend his time. He has 27 minutes. David Anton has only 2 minutes left. You won't flag him, but he won't lose on time. That's what I'm trying to say. But he will make worse moves if he will be low on time. But you should play as best as you can with your time. You shouldn't just play bullet over more. And of course, I will try to cover all the games, all the interesting games. So let's go to Maxulu Parham versus Maurizi Mark Andrea. Is that how you pronounce the name? I'm not sure, but okay. That's a pretty equal game as well. Yeah, the position is equal. Let's find something better. Let's go to Gukesh. Of course, we weren't at Gukesh yet today. Yeah, well, this is just equal. Gukesh is black. He has some pressure. This is just equal. Yeah. I mean, why are all today's game going to be a draw? What is that? Unlike draw. Let's go to where should we go? If you have someone you are rooting for, please write it in the chat. I will cover those games as well. Maybe Ramesh Babu Pragnananda. Maybe he's the one we should look at. Maybe Abdusataro, also Nordic Beckham. Abdusataro also very good player. But this also looks like what? Nothing. I would say it's better for black, but only like slightly. No, it's actually a draw. Rook takes b7 here. Takes. This should be a draw. maybe check bishop f8 and here, and you argue you cannot defend the pawn. Just through king g7 takes. That's a bad move. Yeah, not king g7 but something else. Let's say like h5 takes. You need to check and go here, and then maybe just push what the evaluation. We were probably losing it because of bishop d6, but should be just a draw with the best play I was just making random moves here. I mean, that's pretty bad. What is Praggnanandhaa doing? I need to close some tabs here. Whose game can we close? Okay, wait, what happened here? There was rook h8, e4 takes and rook g8 played here. But now I guess e5 happens. Wait, e5? What do you do after e5? Knight c5? Knight c4 actually. Check, there is here. Here there is queen e7. And that's this, yeah, it's completely lost. That's pretty damn bad for Dmitry Andreevkin here. Excuse me, something was just crashing. My stream was slightly off, but it should be everything fine now. I've been sitting here for almost 1 hour and a half, so let me stretch for a little bit. Excuse me. But yes. So let's see. Let's go to some games here. Laura Unuk versus Beludea Goflar. Knight c4 should be a draw. If anyone is better, it should be white. And yes, I'm watching this game and this match between Typhoon Shaka Ljubljana and some weird Azerbaijan club I don't know how to pronounce, because Typhoon Shaka Ljubljana is actually from Slovenia and I'm also from Slovenia, so I have an interest to watch those games as well. Excuse me if that's bothering you, it shouldn't too much. But yes, Salimova here should just lose the game due to all these pawns here. How do you win this actually? You go here? No, maybe this is just a draw, yeah? Oh my goodness, how did she blunder into a draw? She was completely winning for the whole game. What happened? Here she was completely winning after... No, it's a draw here already. Oh, she blundered here. Here, rook c4 completely winning the game. But after c7, it should be just a draw. Why? Good question. Very good question. Because of rook c8, the rook d1 going here, while you play bishop f6 defending the square. e5, you don't take, you play bishop e7. You play rook d7, well, king f8. I don't know, I'm not sure what her opponent, Yiner Zhu saw here. Bishop f5, going here. But you play b2, you cannot go here because b1 equals queen. No, wait, where? Here. Oh, bishop f5, not bishop e4, excuse me. b2, bishop c2, g6, you cannot take here because b1 equals queen. So what do you do here? That's a good question. She played g3. Also Salimova down to 1 minute. 1 minute for what? For 6 moves. It let me make this main line for 6 moves so that you see it's the move 34. Pretty bad. She was completely winning, but oh, king e8. Now I will just turn on the computer. She's winning. She blundered that bishop takes a1. Oh my goodness, that's so brilliant. You can make a queen with check, but you play rook d1 check. play queen, you play rook d1 check, queen b5, and you take it. And bishop b6 defends the pawn and it's winning. Come on, let's go. What? But that's so hard to find, yeah? I mean, she has 23 minutes. She should be able to find bishop takes on a4. That's so brilliant, actually. Wow. So brilliant. Bishop takes on a4 and rook d1 check, actually. Yes, let's go. She's winning again. Let's go with this pawn on c7. Oh my goodness, will she find the brilliant bishop takes on a4? Because if you make a queen, there is rook d1 check. Oh my goodness, if she finds bishop takes on a4, this should be just much better for white. Oh my goodness, this should be just much better. The evaluation is +4 here for white. Oh my goodness, this should be so much better. We will be... Yes, she found it. She found it. Bishop takes on a4. Yes, let's go. And she played rook d1 check, queen b5, bishop takes on b5, and bishop b6 was just played. It's... Wow, it's +4 here. Let's go. There is no bishop d6 because, I mean, pawn takes or a rook takes. It doesn't quite matter. And that's the pawn on c7 will be alive forever. That's the point. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's so good. Let's go. She will win. For those joining here, king e8 was just played, attacking the rook. But she played bishop takes on a4. b1 equals queen with check is possible. But if you play this move, there is rook d1 discover check, and that's what happened. She played queen b5 and she took it. And now bishop b6 defends the pawn here. She should be just completely winning now with this pawn on c7. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. She will win. I'm certain about it. So let's leave this one. What is Nana doing? Nana here should be equal. So let's move from this game. Erigaisi is pushing. No, wait, what? This is the current position. This is the current position. Erigaisi will try to win this, but rook b2 here. Takes and takes. Attacking here. Yeah, should be just a draw. The evaluation is still equal. So let's move from this game as well. We will go to Vincent Keimer, who has a pretty nice position. Both guys on 9 moves. Only 9 moves to 40th move. 9 moves to make and 9 minutes to have on the clock. Rook a8 was played here. And for those who doesn't know that, Wei Yi is playing in the same team as Arjun Erigaisi, and Keimer is playing in the same team as Vidit Santos Guriati, as his name is. So Rook a8 attacking here, also attacking here. What to say about it? Let's see the computer. It's very... What is this? Wei has 2 pawns advantage and Keimer is slightly better. Oh my goodness. Keimer is better with being 2 pawns down because of this very weird pawn structure. We'll go to this game as well. We are currently Indic Alexander versus Anton David, and for those joining us just now, there was a queen sacrifice here, but you might ask, what, how? There are still both queens on the board. Well, because it was not accepted. After d6, Alexander played the move queen takes on h3, which is actually a brilliant move, but it's still equal. And if it takes just knight f3 check, king h1 and you take with check, bishop g2, and it's just very equal here. To play knight here or something, it should be equal. But this is the current position here. Make main line so that we see it. And yes, Anton only on 2 minutes. And here down, let me just move my camera a little bit so you can see what is happening down here. Just like this. Excuse me, I will move it faster like here. So So you can see those games, what is happening here. Um, so with it, let me turn on the evaluation. So on every game, um, every single game is pretty equal here, as you can see, which is, I mean, I couldn't say that it is concerning, but this is like today's chess. Hey man, how are you doing? Was the chat 1 minute ago? Hello, I'm doing very well. Thanks for being here. I am watching some great chess, and thank you for being here with me. Um, so yes, this match should end in all draws, which is pretty boring. So let's move some on. And yes, here was just a queen sacrifice. Queen takes pawn on h3. Of course, it was not accepted. Um, Tell me in the chat if this camera is better than the one like below here. Tell me which one is better. I think the one on below is slightly better. But please guys tell me what is better in the chat. I will be reading it. And your opinion matters the most. So let's move from this game, which should be just equal. This is also equal. Yes, all zeros here. What has happened? Like f4 was played. Yes, lower is nice. Thank you. I will put it on lower. Well, now it's not actually a draw anymore. I would think. It's very interesting, this position. There is a pin, but black has two b pawns extra here, which are the... So let's turn on the computer. It is winning for black actually. Ooh. But both guys only have 7 minutes and 9 moves to make until the time control will be reached. So yes, this is pretty insane position. It says it should be equal, but after f takes on e5, f takes, you suddenly play rook d8 here. But what about like e4, e2, e3, e2, e1 queen, rook d8? Oh, if you play e4, bishop d6. But wait, rook f1 defending. You play rook e8 here, but you are not threatening to take here because I play b5 for example. Yes, b5, king g3, b6 for example. It's far from a draw, but it should be pretty equal. Okay, I have solved around 1500 what I cannot see because puzzles, but I still miss great moves sometimes and blunder my pieces. What should I do? Well, that's a great question. I solve a lot of puzzles as well, and I still blunder a lot. And if you have watched my channel before, you can see how I blunder a lot. I would suggest you to play as many rapid games as you can, plus you make the analysis of that rapid game. We could play sometimes if you are willing to do so. You can add me on chess.com. I am ForkyChess. You can find me there. We should play sometimes. It would be pretty great, I would say. But yes, play as many rapid games as you can. Analyze your losses especially, and you will just improve. I can guarantee you. Play games, solve puzzle rushes. You will improve. That's how I improved from being total noob to 2000 in less than 2 years. So, but let's go back to the games. So here bishop h4 was just played. That's the... Okay, this is an idea, but you play like king f7 here or king g7. You should be winning actually. Minus 1.3 should be just fine. But yes, how to improve is a very hard question to answer. But I think just play puzzles, play puzzle rushes, and of course play as many rapid games and analyze them as you can, and you will be fine. So there is first win in the open section that I can see. It is Gurel. He's a very good Turkish prodigy actually. He's like 16 years old or 17. So let's see what happened here. e4, and it is actually won with the black pieces here, which is quite hard on the highest level. Pawn to c5, knight f3, d6. We got the Najdorf, yes, we got the Najdorf with b3. What is this? Um, Castles in d7, a4, d5, b4 takes, and a5. You can see that Aedis is creating some weakness on c3. On c2, excuse me, cannot push c3 without weakening b3. So c4 now, castles. Wow, c4 he didn't took on c3 and passant. Wow, really? Taking here is looks pretty nice, but I guess you cannot really open the beeline for yourself. But okay, he castled bishop e3, rook c8, f4 takes, bishop f6 at wait knight h5. Rook rook is hanging here. What the hell is this? Queen takes, sacking an exchange here for no particular reason. And now bishop e4 is almost lost, minus 1.2. Why would you give an exchange if you don't know what you're doing? Queen e7 just takes and it's completely winning. What? Minus point, minus 4. And here is where white resigned. I mean, what is this? He just gave an exchange and then lost completely. So, very bad game by the Aedis opponent. Pragnananda here is suffering in an endgame, I would say. But not suffering, he's down a pawn, but he's trying to promote this as a queen, but it simply cannot go because there is a complete blockade. So I would say it's a draw. Actually, black is better here. What? But he is down a pawn and he's better. Can you tell me how black will win this? Wait, what is this? What is this? We'll just queen a2, yeah? Oh, I guess knight it can infiltrate. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the knight. I forgot about the knight. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the knight. That's so savage. The knight can infiltrate actually. That's so good. That's so good. So the music is still on. If you are willing to, please tell me, write in the comments on the live chat. I will see if the sound is okay, if it should be higher or lower, the music, is it okay or not. So yes, but we will go on with these games here. So Pragnananda's opponent is in some trouble. He is down to 1 minute actually. And wait, 94, is this just a legit threat now? And f2, how to stop a promotion? So if we play like h3 here, is there 94 takes and a2? There is check and push and you defend. So there is check, but f6 here. You promote a queen, but you get mated. This is simply checkmate. Brilliant line. Sound is fine, thank you. This is pretty brilliant. Yes, you get mated if you promote. So f3 was just played, stopping knight to e4, which is logical, but there is still knight d5. But then some lines open up for the queen to enter. Pretty damn insane this game is. I will just go and use the restroom for few minutes. I will come back and enjoy the game. You will see. am back. I've been streaming for 90 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes already, which is quite okay. So what has happened here? G4, F takes and G4. Knight takes, I would say, is kind of forced. Perhaps A2 is also a move and then go here. But A2 here, Knight to 4, just go back to C2 and you should be fine. So you just take on G4, yeah, with your knight. I think that's okay. You just take on G4, yeah. Maybe you don't. I don't know here. But we will go through some other games as well here, just so you know. But I think it's currently the most interesting game so far. So I think it was fine for you to look at it when I was gone. F takes on G4, Knight takes on G4. Pragnananda should be quite happy with this position, I would say. What is happening in other games? F3, this should be a draw, yeah. Nothing special. Rook here, maybe. Rook b2 is never a threat because there is a bishop covering that square. This should be a draw. Navara David has also drew his game against a strong Indian player. The repeated few moves. So yes, here is the game by Vasily Ivanchuk, and he's just up a full knight here with zero problems, I would say. Hey bro, answer my question. Oh, excuse me, I haven't seen it. Sorry. Do I need to learn some openings? If I do, then which openings should I learn? I play Italian variation always. Well, this is a good question once again. I think openings are pretty important at every level of chess, but not the most important things. I think you are doing great job doing some puzzles, training your tactical vision. I think that's more important than openings. And I also think the Italian is fine. Just learn the key opening ideas in the Italian in the Italian game, in the Italian opening, and you should be pretty fine with that. Also, what is this? I will go back to, but here King C7 is just fine actually. So yes, what do you play with black? What do you play with black against pawn to e4, for example? Do you just play e5 or do you play something else? Because that's pretty important. I think openings are important, but not the most. I think it's better to play some rapid games than studying openings at your level. I'm not sure what your rating actually is, so maybe write that down as well. Yes, so sorry for not seeing your question. I just saw it right now, so actually so I play the same pawn as my opponent. Okay, so against d4 you play d5, and if your opponent plays d4 you play d5. Maybe yes, study some openings with the black pieces. I think with the white pieces you are just fine with the Italian game. Yes, study some with black, but do a lot of puzzles. Another question, bro, I have a problem sometimes, like 2200 very sharp attack. I play like a 2200 very sharp attack. I can destroy 1900. Sometimes I'll lose badly to 1700 rated players. Well, that's very great that you're sometimes playing like 2200. Do you play like rapid games? That's very important. And for playing against the lower rated opponent, you shouldn't underestimate them. You should play very good. You should play as best as you can. You shouldn't play too quickly. You shouldn't play too ignorant. And you should be just fine. Play slowly. Don't rush. You are better than your opponent. That's why you have more rating than he does. So just go with that mindset into the game. Excuse me. And you should be fine. You are better than them. That's why you have better rating than they have. And if you will know that, if you will need to outplay them slowly, and then you will be able to beat him with them. And when you beat lower rated opponent, you should be just better and better and better. You only play blitz 3+2. I think this is problem. Yes, I think that's also a problem. If you play Blitz like 2200, that's very impressive. I'm only 1900 in Blitz, but I am like 2100 in Rapid. I mean, I used to be like 2070, but now I'm down to um, down to like 1000. And also, which is asking which opening is best as black. Um, I don't know if you watch my channel a lot, but I usually play the Karokan defense myself. This should be just fine for you. Karokan defense against pawn to e4, you play pawn to c6. And also against d4, just play d5. That's great. d5 is great. Um, just do what you like to see on the board. If you like to see attacking chess, just play some attacking gambits or something like that. And you play Rapid or you play something else? Haven't said in the comments if you are playing like Rapid or Blitz or what is your rating. Just so you know, just so I know, please. That would help me make some great details and great suggestions for you. So what is happening here? Ivanchuk, I play Rapid and my rating is around 650. I think that you just need to solve a lot of puzzles and play as much as you can. Solve puzzles, play as much as you can, and then learn openings. Openings are important. Play puzzles. Really play puzzles. If you play like puzzle rushes, that's fine. Um, but when I anali, I'm not sure what that means. Excuse me. Um, okay, and another person said it. But when I analyze this game, engine says I play around. Um, you still, I play like 1100. Yes, that's very good. But you have still some weaknesses in your game, né? Yes. And maybe also play long games as you can. Think as much as you can. Don't play rapid games and then like just play with like 10 seconds every move. No, take your time, take it slowly. Um, that should be just fine for you. And Vahad you, I actually play Rapid better than Blitz, but I don't have the same sensation in Rapid, so I don't play Rapid that much. Yes, and I understand. I have the same problem, but with Bullet, I really enjoy playing Bullet very much. I enjoy playing Bullet so much, but it doesn't improve your chess. Bullet and Blitz doesn't improve your chess as much as Rapid does. So yes, if you are trying to just have fun with chess, play Blitz. That's totally fine. You will improve, but not as quickly as if you were to play Rapid games. But I completely understand you. I like quicker time controls myself as well. So that's really nice. That's really nice. Blitz is fine, but just don't always play Blitz. Play something else. Play play Rapid as well. You will improve much faster than just in Blitz. So let's see what is happening here. So Andreikin and Ivanchuk have reached the 40th move. They will get bonus 30 minutes here, so Ivanchuk should be able to defend this position. So let's go to another game. Pragnananda, what is Pragnananda doing? It's suddenly just a draw. But now it's suddenly just winning once again. I mean, what is the move king to b4 here? What is that? What is king to b4? What is this? King b4. Are you seeing this, chat? Chat, are you seeing? King b4. Taking the pawn on a3. Oh my goodness, if this is... Wait, what is king b4? Queen a8 here. Your king is never moving. If you play knight e4, then it's just trapped here. What is this? Mouse slip. Yeah, a good one. King before is a mouse slip, I guess. But I didn't do the move. He did it. Look, he did the move. But I get that this is a joke. Yeah. The FAD now said the problem of 1000 Tilo chess player is in 80% cases tactics and bad calculation. Yes, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. So we should try to play tactics as much as you can. Um, it will improve your chess very very quickly. But yes, good one. King before is a mouse slip over the board. That's the best one I heard today. Very good. LOL. So let's put this game also here. Let's see some of the other games as well. What is Keimer doing? Keimer is almost winning here with Bishop G5. It's minus point 1 and they have reached 40th move. So they will both get half an hour as well added on their clock. Arigaisi has drew his game again. Excuse me here. They agreed on a draw apparently. Just taking it is pretty easy draw to hold. I mean to hold is just a draw 2 pawns versus 2 on the same side of the board. Should be just pretty easy draw. Veis will probably lose against Keimer, which is pretty good for Team Novi Board Chess Club. What is Yu Yang Yi doing? Yu Yang Yi is probably drawing this game, yes. This is a draw. Navarra David has drawn the game. He's drew the game, as you can see here. And Anton is, well, what is this? Probably White is winning, yeah. I mean, winning it's plus 0.7, so that's probably still a holdable game, holdable draw. But it's very hard to do it, yeah, because of this pawn. But the knight is very great blockader because there is no bishop to infiltrate here because this bishop covers a lot of squares. So I think black has some chances to draw the game, but then definitely Ivic needs to win this game because otherwise their team will lose the game, which is pretty bad to do. Stream is again slightly crashing, but it should be fine. Yes, everything should be back to normal in a few seconds. Excuse me for that. So we are fine back, yes. Excuse me for that. But I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. 2 hours now, and my computer is overheating. But excuse me for that. Rook d3. What is the evaluation? Yes, black is winning here. Let's go. I mean, I'm not rooting for either of the teams, but it should just be equal. I mean, now Ivic will win. VU will probably win, and all other games will probably end in a draw. So that's pretty okay. G5 played, yes. I mean, he's just probably winning anyway, so it doesn't quite matter what he does. What is going on in the women's section here? Not in the open, but in the women section. We will see immediately now what is happening. Goryachkina is doing what? Vaishali has drew her game against Divya, which is quite natural. Okay, most of the people have reached time control. Let's go. Zhu won her game, and this is actually very good for club from Slovenia. And yes, she won here. But what happened? It was winning for white, but then rook a3 happened, and it was just mate in 15, but it doesn't matter. And then the c8 equals queen, yes. So Laura Nook has also drew her game, which is very good, very good, because Salimova lost. Laura Nook has drew the game. What is Nana doing? Well, Nana has an extra pawn on f6. Her rook is kind of trapped. I mean, not trapped, but like not the best situation for her. But but it is slightly better. It's minus 0.9. So if Nana wins today, they will probably also will be leading the tournament after this round. And also on board 3, the two women drew the game, but it's just not, the board is just not updating here. The results are not updating. So Zhu won, and the third and the fourth board drew the game. So all that we need to win our club from Slovenia is that Nana draws this game, and definitely she will, but she will be playing for a win here. So let's go back to the men's section. First board overall was a draw. Keimer played bishop g4, bishop g5. As you can see, the time is at 0, but that's of course not true because the players got 30 minutes after 40th move was made, and Lichess is not updating like at the moment, so it will update soon, and it will say that they have about 30 minutes left. Also, Yu Yang Yi, I think Hari Krishna didn't spend 30 minutes just yet, so the clock will update. Let's go to Gukesh perhaps. Gukesh trying to win this game, but I mean 3 pawns each, and also white has 3 pawns. This is a passed pawn here, outside passed pawn, only 4 squares away from winning. But I mean, very hard to win this game, and it is just a draw by the computer. Let's go forward. Pragnananda had a really nice game, so let's see. The king is on b4, the queen is on a1, and the pawn is on a2. There is 9-2 here. Going here with some check. It should be just completely winning piece. Queen f8 here. Then queen a3 probably. That's the maneuver Pragnananda needs to find. That's the maneuver Pragnananda needs to find. And all the games will be over momentarily because everything is about to be over. This is the game between Nurdirbek Abdustarov and Andrei Volodkin. What is the evaluation? I mean, if Nurdirbek loses this game, it should be very bad. Rook d1, king h2, and just push. And here, push. What? Now the evaluation. Now it's back to equal. Wow, this is so hard to do. This is so hard to do actually. And yes, this is so hard to do actually. To win this game, the engine says that just keep checking, and it should be like -5. But you cannot just keep checking because the game will end automatically in a draw. So you have to move this pawn down sometimes, like now. Probably e3 is just a draw. Yes, I mean, what? How do you make progress even? I'm not sure, but that's why I'm not playing that, or that's why I'm commentating the games here. I will be back very soon, but I need to get some supper in, so I will be back. course, I am back now, but I will be eating my supper. Excuse me, that. Just a second. Like this. Please tell me if you hear me. Okay. If not, I will try to do something. But yes, H5 was played and now it is a draw. Yeah? No, H5 was the way to go, not allowing H4. H5? Yes, it's winning. H4 being the best move, which is quite insane. But the idea of H4 is really to take here and then to push and then to maybe. I mean, Rook G7, King H6. That's why H4, yeah. So that if you take, that is here, and mate. So H4 you cannot take because this is checkmate, yeah. Oh my goodness, white can even win this. But of course, H4 now should be just the best move, yeah. I will be eating in between, excuse me for that. But there is a game always playing. You have some music in the background. I will be commentating the game, and H4 happened indeed. If we take on H4, Rook G7, King H6, and G5 is checkmate. But what if you have capture on G4? Here, Rook H6 takes, and there is King H5, and that's not checkmate. So yeah, that might very well happen. H4 is a very tricky move actually, which is very hard to find if you don't know the idea that the idea is checkmate. But yes, very hard. Still no move has been played. Very scary position for black, yeah. Okay. What happened? H4, H takes on G4, and Rook takes on G5 actually happened. Wow, that's a move I wasn't really expecting. But what about just E3? E3 here. I will put my microphone back, but that's kind of hard for me to eat in between. But okay, I will do my best actually. I hope that the sound is better now. I guess it is. Okay, E3 here should be winning, yeah? Yes. Now E3 is just completely winning. E2, E1 equals queen. There is bishop G7 check, king H7, there is nothing else for white to do. I think this game should just be over after pawn to E3, yeah? I think. I'm not sure. But I think it should just be over. Pawn E3, now after rook takes on G5. And that's just it, I would say. That is just it. Pawn to E3. It should be just over. So when pawn to E3 will be played, I will go to the next game. From side, you look like young Doncic. Yeah, sure, yeah. Sure. Not all Slovenians look like Doncic. No, but pawn to E3, just pawn E2, maybe. Pawn E3, what do you even play? Bishop F4 is a tricky move actually. Pawn E3, Bishop F4. You play Rook F2 here, which is probably the only move. Rook F2 attacking here. Rook F5. Could you just take it? Take an E2? No, there is Rook E4 there. Which should just be completely winning, yeah? So pawn to E3 was played. Let me see the game continuation. I think this should just be over. Pawn to e3, bishop f5. I mean bishop f4 actually. If we play check, then king g2, yeah? Bishop f4, check, king g2 should just be equal. Because there are all these checks with the rook, because I mean pawn e3, yes, played, but you need to know what to do after bishop f4, which is hard move. Let me see some other games as well. This is Pragnananda. Queen f8 was played, and now king b5 going to attack with the king, of course. That's not a good idea usually. But yes, it's a possibility. It is a possibility. Queen f8 going to a3, but this king is just battle placed. Maybe 96 and also knight c3 check at some moment. Queen a3, knight c3 check. If queen takes, then just a1 equals queen. It seems pretty winning, yeah. What is Nana doing? 95. She is still up quite a lot of material. Wait. This should be just winning, yeah? King d4. Knight f4 is the only move. If you play something random, like takes, I sack my rook and then play knight d3 fork and be just a full knight up, which should just be winning. Let's turn on the computer. No, but what about king d4, yeah? Wait, what? How can I be so stupid? King d4 is not even a move because of the bishop. So I guess you should go here, but then there is check. So yeah, that's what I missed. You cannot go to d4. But there is a move like takes, rook takes, and again then here, threatening here and the knight. Which is lost for black. After check, you couldn't just go here. Take. That's not as bad. You have 2 pawns for the rook, but it's not great either. It's not great either. 95 just nice move there. It should be just fine for black. I mean, slightly better, yes. You are up a pawn, but you need to convert it, so. Very hard position to deal with. But they both have like 20 minutes each, so it should be okay. E3 played. Norderbeck is thinking about bishop f4. I can quite guarantee that. Let's see other games. Voronian Forest won. Then Bogdan won. Sindara also won. And Gukesh drew. So actually, Abdusatoro needs to make a draw to secure a win for their team, but it is looking pretty bad for him at this point. Hard to say what will happen. Bishop f4, rook f2 on the move, yeah. Rook f5 and e2. I'm just kidding. Rook f5 will be check there. Yeah, pretty hard game. I mean, I would always say that black will win this, but it's pretty hard. After bishop f4, rook f2, rook f5 check. You need to go to g6, and after check again you have to go here, and then the bishop is kind of trapped. There is another check as well. Here check, here takes here. Okay, bishop f4 and rook f2 was just played. That's a good sign for. That's a good sign for Andrei Volodkin. He knows what to do after bishop f4. That was indeed the only move, rook f2, and he blitzed out the move himself. So that's a very good thing to do. Um, Now rook f5 is the only move, I would say. I mean, bishop g3, check and e2, yeah. Otherwise, rook f5, king g6, check, and check, here, check, and go to maybe go to f8 actually. Maybe that's better. I'm not sure why, but I think it is slightly better. I don't know the difference just yet, but we'll see with the engine. Um, so yes, if you are wondering, this whole event will last for around 30 minutes, around 1 hour, excuse me, 30 minutes for each player. As you can see, there is a lot of games. I won't cover them all. I will try to, but of course you cannot do that. So let's go back to Pragnananda. He's repeating moves, which is very bad sign. Very bad sign. Why would you repeat moves? You're completely winning here. Yeah? You are, but don't repeat moves if you're winning. Yeah. At what at what age did you start playing chess? Ooh, that's a good question. 2 years ago. Only 2 years ago, and I'm already like 2000 rated player. I will 2000 on chess.com in rapid and around 1800, slightly more in FIDE classical standard chess. So I'm pretty good about, for a guy who plays chess only 2 years, but with people that are 15 years old, just like me, they're already a grandmaster. So I have pretty big time to gain or make, how to put it, big difference to make, but I am doing my best, of course. Mm, so yes, that's a very good question. I don't think it is that important, but I think it's a good question actually. Um, so let's see Gukesh drew the game. Dusatoro will lose. What else is happening? Let's go to Vincent Keimer's game, which is very nice. At least it was very nice. Um, Queen f7. What is the evaluation here? It is better for Vincent. So let's put my headphones just right back. Um, Now the the e4 pawn is hanging here. That needs to be addressed. Also, bishop takes here is a threat, and then pick up here. And the material is the same here. Wow, but they used to have 2 pawns extra, but now he will lose like this pawn or this pawn. Pretty bad position actually. Pretty bad position. Okay, I am listening to music back. Um, but yes, Queen f7 here, taking here, also trying to take here and then to take on c4. That's an idea. Maybe rook b1 here, going here, but the knight always defends b7, so that's not pretty good. Pretty hard game. Pretty hard game. What can I say? Pretty hard game to understand, to watch, and especially to play. Yes, very hard game. Um, yes, very hard game indeed. So something was just played here. Check, but Pragnananda is repeating moves, isn't he? So what happened? One? No, he's not repeating moves. He didn't even repeat moves once. Excuse me. He didn't even repeat once. Excuse me. He's not repeating moves, but he's going like this. I'm not sure why, but he could have played here, which maybe check. Wait, what? Wait. What about check here? Going here is the only move, yeah. Here, he has 0 moves you have to take. Isn't that just completely winning? What did I miss? I missed something. This was the position, yeah? Why did he play queen e7? If you can play the win c5, king has only one option and knight c3 should just win. New moves on the board. Wait, why queen e7? Oh wait, I'm so stupid. I wanna play queen c5, but just d takes on c5. LOL, just d takes on c5. Oh my goodness. I've been sitting here for more than 2 hours and now I'm just blundering my queen in one move. Well, that's pretty amazing. But no, that's the current position. Let's see what Nana is doing. She's still thinking. She's down to 14 minutes. And now there is no time bonus after move 40 or move 60 anymore because they all have crossed move 40 already. So they are just playing on the increment. That means 30 seconds every single move. The time they gain. But 30 seconds can be very little. You need to write down your move and your opponent's move in 30 seconds and think about your move. That's too hard. You usually lose when you only have the time on the increment. Goodbye, bro. I have to go work. Really love your channel. Continue making video. Ciao, Forky. Ciao, Fat. Thanks for being here with me. I am thankful that you stayed here and I'm happy that you enjoyed this live stream today. So she just played Rook c2. For those wondering, there is no knight before fork because there is of course knight covering the b4 itself. So what's the great idea here? I think that's just equal. What about takes? King takes is losing. What about knight takes here? Just a5, a4 and a3. Yeah, that's actually the power of outside passed pawns, yes? Especially if this king on g2 stays there, which would be really nice. So, wait, no, she didn't took the rook. Okay, I was just scared she did, but she didn't. She didn't. Not yet. Not yet. But it was close. I don't think she will take the rook, but then just this pawn from a7 only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 squares away from winning. But then is 1 move, 2, 3, 4, and 5 moves until the queen, which is very quickly. 5 tempi is not a lot in an endgame actually. Not a lot at all. Not a lot at all. But yes, very nice position I would say. For Nana, keep it that way. I mean, a very hard position to play with the white pieces. Your king is very inactive. The king on d3 is for black perfectly fine, I would say. Going here perhaps. Yeah, hard position actually. Hard position. Very hard position. Excuse me, the music just went out again. Just a second. Excuse me, the music just went out again. Sorry for that. I will fix that issue in 1 second. Excuse me. I'm not that great in computers, so I just click some button and then everything went out. Excuse me for that, but you will wait. So here we go. I think the music should start to play in few seconds now. There it is. Great. Excuse me for that. What happened where here and way against Vincent Heimer, what happened? Queen f7 was just played, and now knight h2 and knight takes on e4 and knight f3, putting pressure on the bishop, which is not actually attacked. Also here, just check. Wait, what? Knight d2 was played here. Check was allowed. What's the evaluation? It is still winning. Okay. But allowing this check to happen is pretty bad at some point, but not now apparently. Not now. Let's go back to Wei. Bishop f6. Okay, nice move. This pawn might still hang in some moments, and then Vincent is actually up a pawn, but he was down 2 pawns, so he gained 3 pawns in exchange for 0 pawns, which is quite insane to look at it at that perspective. But okay. Okay. Nana, what is Nana doing here? Still, her opponent didn't make a choice. Rook d1, I guess he's met with Rook d2, so. Or maybe with King e2 actually. Yes, with King e2 probably. Here d5 was played. Now Ragnarana played King e8, which is just fine. Just takes, probably takes, and Bishop c. No, Bishop c4 is not. What am I doing actually? I've been blundering my pieces the whole day. Takes, Bishop c4, just knight takes. I mean, what is that even? But what's your move? Takes, and then you're just getting slaughtered, I would say. Queen b3 is a threat, and then pick up here. So maybe takes, you just take here, eh? Take here and take here. Oh, but the a2 is hanging then. Takes and go here. What's the evaluation of this position? It is winning, but not much because of these points here. But okay, this is the current position. Let's not make scene where there is no one. Queen d3 played in Wei game. I'm wondering if there is like bishop takes on f2, and then something like because the knight is pinned, but not yet. I would say not yet. My stream just crashed like for 10 seconds once again. Excuse me for that. Again. Back to normal, yeah? Should be fine. Okay. Great. Should be fine. Queen d3 now. And yes, this. I think that this will end in like 30 minutes from now. Both players down to 15 minutes. And mistakes are about to be made here. Which is very. Not very nice, but it is probably the best way of watching chess game is to see some mistakes or see some brilliancies, and brilliancy can't come out of nothing. There has to be something that wasn't the best. A queen d3 here attacking the knight. Where to put the knight? Hard question. Play to g5, but maybe the queens get off and then the b7 pawn falls, and it is close to a draw for Wei here. But no knight c5. Oh, stopping queen d7, of course. Knight c5 and attacking the queen and stopping queen d7. Yes, of course. Queen knight c5 has to be played. Queen d6 though. Queen d6 here. e4 the top engine move. I doubt it will be played. I doubt e4 will be played. But what can you actually do? There's not much you can do. You need to see e4 before you go into some crazy variations. Queen takes here. Rook b1 though. Bishop takes on c3. You are suddenly up 2 pawns, and this attack looks pretty nice. If with h4 takes, some checkmates here. On g2 in some moments, in some positions, not quite yet, but perhaps. What else is going on? Queen d3 was currently the last move here. Excuse me. Now knight c5 I think would just be a very nice move here. Knight c5 and followed by e4, because if knight c5, queen d6, there is no other move. I guess knight b3. Knight b3 just knight takes here, yeah? You need to play bishop, you need to play pawn to e4 actually. That's the only move I would say. After knight c5, queen d6 and e4 is the only move there, I would think, to still have an advantage. It's not the only way not to lose the game. but nothing else will guarantee you an advantage. Let's go to another game. Volodkin versus Norberg Abdusatoro. He just played Rook f5. Volodkin is thinking now Rook f5 was the best move, but he is just completely lost. He's just completely lost with him. I mean, of course, Norberg Abdusatoro and Volodkin should be just winning after King g6. Or what is the best move? Yes, King g6 was just played. Rook g5 blitzed out and King f6 now. That is the move. Bishop e5 check here, which is nice. You need to play King f7, Rook g7. You need to play King f8. You're threatening key to e1 equals win. That might be pretty damn annoying for white, of course. How can you stop that idea? The answer is you can. Rook takes here, e2, bishop c3. I play check and wait. Why not just check and pick up everything? Check. King g2, e1 equals queen. e1 equals queen here. Yeah? Bishop takes, rook takes. This position should just be winning. Picking up these pawns. This b6 pawn will never ever be captured, guaranteeing you a better endgame. I mean, winning endgame. So bishop g3 here, current position. Oh, bishop g3 was played. Wait, but still just check or rook f3. Check. King g2 e2. Bishop e5. Then bishop c3. Just check, yeah. I mean, queen then takes. Maybe knight? No, knight. Knight blunders the rook actually. You cannot make a knight here. Because king takes on f1 and you resign. If you're black. But you don't play e1 equals knight, you play e1 equals queen here. Bishop takes. GG. What can I say? What can I say else? This game shouldn't last too long. At least not like, I would say in 10 minutes it will be over. Ovei versus excuse me, something just happened. Everything fine with the stream? Yes. Wei versus Keimer might be very long game. It is very difficult, very interesting position, but very intense, very hard position. Now Keimer needs to find the move knight to c5, followed by queen d6, and then brilliant pawn to e4. Otherwise he won't have an advantage anymore, which is pretty bad because Keimer was better probably the whole game. He just outplayed Wei. Let's go back to Nana. Yes, I mean 93. 93 just wins the game. Or to pick up another pawn. This should be like -5. -0.4 only. What is wrong with 93? Check. Knight. This should just be winning. Bishop g1. You take. Oh, there is rook c1. Oh my goodness. There is rook c1. Oh my goodness. There is rook c1 winning the knight in there. But Nana will see that, yeah. Nana is not that bad as I am. Knight here is fine. Rook there. Cannot take here. You have to play like rook c2 first. But I mean, c5 pawn is dropping anyway, and she will be. Oh, she will only be up one pawn because the pawn on f6 was just taken. That's why it's not so winning. Yes. That's why. Also, rook b3 is okay. I mean, Nana needs only a throw to guarantee a win for Typhoon SK Ljubljana, which is a club from my capital of my country. So I'm very thankful to all the players that are fighting for this club. And let's go and see how men's club Typhoon SK Ljubljana Slovenian's club is doing in the open section. So let's go to the team. Typhoon Ljubljana. Okay. Pretka Alexander is from Typhoon Ljubljana, so he won, which is very nice. Jakuboyev Nordit back. Let's see just evaluation bar here. Abdusatorov is having a draw, which is fine. Not Abdusatorov, excuse me, to Jakuboyev. He's brother from Abdusatorov, so that's excuse me for that. Bjerre Johan is having pretty easy draw to hold. Šaric drew, Brkićante drew. I'm not sure what is Samuel Tersakhayan doing, so let's watch this game as well. Ooh, this is very complicated, but if anyone is better, it is the side with the knight, so the player from Typhoon Ljubljana, which is very good. Because why? This bishop is so bad of a piece. So bad. Yes, it's slightly better for black. Because this knight has the potential to just, get somewhere. Maybe like this, and maybe get, I don't know, maybe somewhere. But this white bishop has zero potential. So probably Typhoon Ljubljana should just win. Thankful to Alexander Predke to win this game. Also, yes, I think all the other games will end in a draw. I mean, two of on board 4 and board 5, the game was already declared as draw. On board 6, Samuel should be able to hold very pleasant end the game, and on board 3, Bjerre will draw the game. Jakuboyev shouldn't have too much trouble drawing that one as well. He's up a pawn, so that should just be enough, yeah, to hold again. So nothing special should happen there. So yes, let's go back to Wei and Keimer. Knight g5 was unfortunately played, which is not that good. Now it's pretty equal here. Bishop takes g5 was played. Now it is equal. Queen d7 is perhaps the move. Queen e4 firstly. What about queen d7? You shouldn't take. You should take. Takes? What? This is winning. This is winning. Here you go. King h6. What about takes? Bishop takes here. Here. This endgame is winning. Rook e7 takes. And now the rook endgames are. But queen e4 was actually played by Wei. Wei should be able to hold this game actually. Now, if he plays all the top engine moves, not engine lines, actually, but you get the point here. So I think he's just fine here. Wei, what is happening with Nana? Rook b3, king g2, rook b2, king g3. They will end. Everything will end in a draw here. Nana will draw the game after rook b2. Rook b2 is a third time repeating moves. This should just end in a draw. And that means that Typhoon Ljubljana, the women's team, won today's match, which is super important because they were leading the tournament, I think, 2 rounds ago, and now they're building up that pressure of trying to win that gold medal here. They're pretty close, I think. They're pretty close. There are some good clubs that they haven't faced yet, but they will, and I believe they will have a good chance in beating those clubs as well. So Nana drew the game. We are just waiting for the confirmation. Rook g2 is a draw. But let me show you here. King g3, rook b3 is first time repeating. This is the second time, and rook b2 is now the third time repeating the moves. What can I say? I think this draw was fair enough. Especially Nana could bring up something more, but Zuyiner was of course winning the game. That means that they won with 2 points and a half, and the other team only had 1 point and a half. That means that they won today's match. That's the most important. So Nana won. Let's see what the Funchal Ljubljana and the men's team are doing. Wait, what? Why? Wait, what the hell? Yakuboya will just win. What happened here? No, I don't believe. Win. No, that's something wrong. 25 wasn't played, yeah? No, 25 wasn't played. No, I don't believe. I don't believe either the bishop f3 was played. My stream is again crashing, excuse me, but I don't believe that he... Oh, I don't believe that. They're just analyzing the game and they forgot to enter the result, yeah? That's probably what happened, yeah? I mean, if Yakuboya won this game, then I'm kinda happy, but yes, that's good for the Funchal Ljubljana, yeah? I think, but I don't think they won actually. Let me just check in chess results, yeah? Just a second, so that I find this. Just I don't believe that actually is something that is happening on the board right away. Right now, excuse me. So let me see just a second. I need a few seconds to see that if results were already there, if that is really what happened. But I don't think it is actually. But we will of course see it for ourselves. Just a second, I need a few seconds to confirm that this is true what is happening there. Actually, that's not the position. That's not the position. Something is wrong with the lichess. I will I will bring up the analysis boards for you to see what is really going on. It should be just a draw, but that's not actually the position. Excuse me, my stream is again crashing. Should be fine now, yeah. But that's not the position we are seeing here. This is the position correct. Now the board is fine. Now the board is fine here. Correct. It should just end in a draw. And like it's trying to win, but they're not. They're not to do, I think. I mean, you're trying to play rook b2, but even then, just a large square blockade and it should just be a draw. Maybe not, but let's go to some other games. Knight 2 here should just... Wait, what? Here was a draw. Queen e4 was perfectly fine. Rook a2 also. Knight c2 now is very bad, actually. Wait, what? Why is this bad? I wonder if you can like take here and then take here. Start pushing. Rook takes c2, queen takes c2, and queen takes on c4. Is that something we're looking forward to or not? Maybe just playing b4, b5 now. Queen cannot take here because it's there. What's the move? Let me see. No. The best move in the position is to play rook to b2. Rook b2 is such a bad... I mean, not a bad move because the engine says so, but rook b2 is such an... not logical... He plays it. They plays it. What is an idea of rook to b2? What's the idea of rook to b2? Please, someone tell me. What's the idea of rook to b2? Please, someone. That's so. What is rook b2? b5 is an idea. If b5 is your idea, then why didn't you just play b5 right away? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Also, maybe c5 an idea. Shut down this knight. But this knight cannot move because queen f2 and queen h2 is just made some point. But yes, okay, I get it. Not that bad. I get it. But what's the move for white here? Actually, Keimer played the move rook b2, not Wei. If I said Wei played this move, I'm sorry for that. No, black is of course. Black is Vincent Keimer here, so. But yes, rook b2 not that bad. But nothing special there. Let go. Okay, Nordirberg Abdusataro resigned here. So let's just see. Bishop g3 was here played, and after rook f3 he resigned. He resigned here, which is good sportsmanship. I mean, you just push and win the game. Very nice. King g2. I mean, king g2, yes. What about king g2? Takes, king takes. e2. Oh, there is no rook e4. Oh, that's nice. There is no rook e5. Oh, so insane tactics. Nordirberg loses. Vincent still fighting on. And when these games will be finished, then the stream will end. The stream will end when all the top games will be finished. So the top 10 boards here. We are going to be looking. What is Indij doing here? He's up a piece. Wait, what? How did this happen? Rook c1. Here is where we left. Not to the beginning. Excuse me. At the move 40 we left. Rook c1, move 39. Bishop d6 here. g6. He just gave up the piece. Did he forget? Oh wait, here and then takes. And why didn't he do that? He made a mistake, a very big mistake. Takes. Only the idea is to take here. Oh, but then still takes here. Knight h6 was played. King g7. Rook takes. King and f6 firstly. Wait, why not just takes? This is equal. What about with f6? It's still equal. Wow, this position is still equal. But now not anymore. The knight is trapped. Takes, rook takes. No rook takes. Oh, now you're lost. Knight g4 was just a big mistake. Why didn't you recapture the bishop? And try to play like here. That was weird. So now you're gonna lose, Anton. Knight b8, I guess. Oh, but then here. Not knight b8, knight c8. I mean, I'm streaming for 3 hours now and I don't know what the squares are anymore, but doesn't quite matter, yeah. So what game to look at? Yu Yang Yin versus Hare Krishna. Okay, it should be a draw. Knight c4. Takes. I mean, just takes. Nothing special. Just a draw, yeah. You cannot take here. Although maybe still a draw. But no. Yes, I mean, nothing special this game. Nothing special this game. Let's go forward. What is Ivic Velimir doing? Ooh, he is losing. King h1. This pawn is suddenly very, very optimistically. And here. Just be game over. This should just be game over actually. I'm not sure what is going on completely. But I mean, check a2 and then here, forking the rook will go to a3, forking the square, then going like to e1 and promoting and winning. Yeah. Ivanchuk still. Wait, what is this? I left this game when Ivanchuk was completely winning and now he's only up a pawn. I mean, what is this? Is this still winning or? Yes, it is, but insane. How did he do that? I mean, it's still winning. I thought it might be a draw, but I mean, this is just a past one. It's kind of hard to draw this one. But still, he was up a full. He was up everything here. He was up a full knight with this boring king on c2, who doesn't know what to do, and he just gave up the piece, and this is the resulting position, which is still completely winning for black. But it's harder to draw this one than the previous one. Maksudlu. Nah, Maksudlu will draw this one. Maksudlu is losing. G5 foremost. Wait. Oh, what is this? G5 here. 94 the best move. Wow. G4. G5. What about like here? King F3. That's so bad. I don't understand it. So, when the game between Keimer and Wei will end, then the stream ends. It's been a long time. Streaming for 3 hours is not easy, but I did the best. Wait, Wei is completely lost now. Completely. Why? Exactly. E4, E3 perhaps. This knight is also badly placed here. If it gets to b6, rook b3 also. Knight e4 takes. Knight e5 apparently draw. I mean, what the hell? Knight e5 apparently draw. I mean, this is just insane. Knight e3 is logical move. Yeah, going here, and the knight was of course attacked. Now maybe even f4 or e4 or h4. h4 makes a lot of sense here. h4 makes a lot of sense. Knight c4 apparently just a draw. Knight c4 apparently a draw because you're forking here. I'm going to b6, nothing else. So yes, that's the last game. We are going to look to the end, but the knight a3 was just played. Knight a3, nothing was played just yet. That doesn't mean that it won't get played pretty quickly. They're both to like 5 minutes. I mean, Wei has 10 minutes, but that won't save him. We will see. Yes, eventually we will see what is going to happen on the board. Knight a3 going to c4. That's an idea. e4 e3 is definitely an idea to open up this king. What is bishop f6? Wait, what is bishop f6? I guess knight c4. Now the pawn is not attacked, but what does the computer? Computer said it's also fine, but not the best move. But it's still winning. Bishop f6. Bishop f6 is still winning, which is quite nice actually. Quite nice. Quite nice, but I'm not sure if Keimer will win this. He only has 5 minutes left and not that big of an advantage. He has an extra pawn, but I mean, this pawn is blocking these two. The e5 pawn is for now the best Keimer has, but it will be kind of hard to win this. one thing is to look at the engine which says that it is winning, and the other thing is to win. Two very different things, of course. But yes, it's very hard, of course, to do both. Um, the position, yes, it's fine. Rook d7 apparently the best move. Rook d7 logical move, king g6, and then probably knight c4, bishop b5. Here takes, take, and take. Looks like it should be winning, but hard, very hard to do. We will see as this is the last game we are going to be looking in this stream. Probably it will end in, I hope, as soon as it can, but of course it will be probably a very long game. That's why I chose this one, not any else game, because it will last the longest. So we will see what's going to happen here. I think Keimer has a lot of chances to win this game, but this will be very hard. Rook d7, king g6, and knight c4. But that's pretty hard to do, eh? That's pretty hard to do, excuse me. Pretty hard to do everything here. I mean, what can you even... This king is weak, h5 is weak, so king g2 is also a move to play rook h1. Knight, also rook e1 to play knight c4 and to win this pawn is also a move, yeah? I'm not sure, but knight c4 and knight b6 is an okay idea, going here and then picking up here. Also rook d6 is an idea to put pressure on the bishop. Then go here if king g6 still here, because this is pinned, and let me just put it on the board here. If you go here, then I just take the check. This should be just fine. Yes, it's just a draw now. It's very easy to just let everything behind and just make a mistake, and then it's simply a draw. No matter if you are being better the whole game, that means you've been fighting for 5 hours and then you just screw up everything. That's just how it is, yeah? That's chess, that's life. Nothing else. Very hard to deal with such losses or such draws that you were always better and then you drew the game. But yes, this should end. Okay, I would say. Third move 15. I think Keimer will win. What do you think, chat? Chat, what do you think? Who will win, Keimer or Wei, or it will be a draw? It's probably the most likely scenario, but I think Keimer will still win. What do you think, chat? Huh? Chat, what do you think? I'm reading your chat, so I'm really interested in what you are thinking about this position. I know what the engine is thinking here, but I'm not sure what you are thinking about this position. It might look like black is up a pawn, but white also has the activity here, so it might not be as easy for you. What would you pick here? Which color would you pick here? That's really... That tells a lot about a chess player. In a lot of positions, picking one side is very hard, but... So now they are even in time, but Wei is up a pawn with better... No, Keimer is up a pawn with better chances, yeah? That's the truth, yeah? So the song is... Is there a song or... I forgot. Yes, there is song, yeah? Because I don't have the headphones on. Yes, there is a song, great. Because without a song it can be pretty hard to watch all those stressful chess games here in the championship here in the European Club Championship. But yes, rook d6 or rook d7, very hard choice to make. What would you play here, chat? What would you pick? Who would you pick? Who would you bet on? Come on, chat. Come on. I mean, it's very hard to tell who will win or what will happen in this game. The engine, if two engines were playing, if two Stockfish would be playing this game, definitely black would win. People are not stockfish when they have 5 minutes left on the clock. They can be pretty good, pretty close to stockfish when they have like 2 hours to think about something. Not with 5 seconds, with 5 minutes. The clock is ticking down. You know you are in a pretty worse position if not losing, and then the clock starts ticking down every single second. You don't know what to do. You are thinking. Your opponent. So knight c4 was played. Knight c4 was played. Rook b5 blitzed out by Vincent Keimer. This is a great strategy because Rook b5 was the best move, and now Wei Yi is once again in a pretty hard position. Um, so something wrote, someone wrote something in the chat. I'm not seeing it anymore. I think it was something with e7. Um, you can of course. Oh, that's pretty brilliant move. Yeah, knight to b6 is pretty brilliant move. Why? It looks like it's hanging. That this pawn is hanging. Oh no 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 no! 97 is a pure fork. I'm Forky Chess. This is Fork. Now you have to subscribe. I've been streaming today for 3 hours, so it would really mean a lot to me if you were subscribing to my channel. But this is pure fork. So I'm Forky Chess. This is pure fork. Now you have to subscribe. Thank you guys so much. But knight b6 was played. Of course, he won't take the pawn. He's seeing that this is just a fork. He'll probably play something like e4, attacking the c3 pawn, which is very nice idea. e4. But I mean, what can you possibly play? Something else? I'm not sure what. e4, bishop takes on c3 is an idea. Also rook c3 here. But then this still happens. King g6. No, rook b3 here. King g6 blunders the move. Rook d6 winning the bishop because it's pinned. But that's of course not gonna happen. Bishop g7 was just played. Bishop g7, very nice move. You know what the idea of bishop g7 is? The idea of bishop g7 is to play the move rook takes on c4. On c5, excuse me, next move. There is no knight d7 to b4 because there is no bishop on f6. Then simply rook takes on c3, you win the game. Now what's the evaluation? It is close to a draw actually, minus 0.6, which is very close to a draw for Wei Yi, but it is very hard to draw. This pawn is falling off the board. I mean, that's hard. What would you play in this position? Very, very hard position to play. I mean, they're probably so tired. They're playing for 5 hours now, and now the whole game will be decided on a few moves. That's pretty cruel, isn't it? c4, yes, but tough. What about takes? Is the best move indeed, and it's actually pretty fine for black. Not winning yet, but pretty fine. Yes. So that's pretty hard, yes. Rook takes on c5, very natural move, but your rook gets kind of trapped. The knight on c5 is perfectly fine, so that's something you need to be aware of. But yes, that just is, it is, yeah, what it is. So that's just it. There is nothing else you could possibly try to play here in this position, I would say. You probably need to take the pawn on c5. Otherwise, I'm not sure what you do otherwise. I'm not sure what to do otherwise. I'm not sure yet. Rook takes on c5, definitely the best move. Also the computer agrees with me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but they both have only 3 minutes left, so the game will last for 10 minutes or something, and then it will be just the end of today's stream. So thank you for being here so long. Thank you, appreciate it. Rook takes on c5 and rook d7 was just played. Rook d7, attacking b7, and now it is very close to being a draw. Although it's minus 1.5, that means it's not a draw just yet. Not just yet. Not like that. Now, F4 is the best engine move. F4 is the best engine move, yes. F4 is hard to play. F4 is hard to play. But F4 is a clear idea to open up the bishop. And it's minus 1.5. That means it is almost winning. Almost winning for black, which is huge. Almost winning for black. F4 almost wins the game for black. But this rook has to go somewhere. This knight is so good here. It cannot be challenged. That's the main reason why white is not completely lost here. Is that the knight is defending c5, the c4 pawn, and the knight cannot be attacked or challenged. That's the very, very important question. And chat, what do you think will happen in this game? Who will win? Who will draw? E4, rook takes on b7 was just played. Chat, what do you think will happen? Please, who do you think will win? E5, rook takes on b7. It is black to move. They both have only 3 minutes left. It's very hard to make any predictions here, but please make one for me. Come on, chat, what will happen? That's a very hard, very important question, but very hard to answer. What will happen? Those two guys were playing chess for 5 hours straight, and now like 10 minutes will decide their fate, their destiny. Excuse me, not fate, but their destiny in today's game. Very hard. I'm not sure what will happen. Of course, black has theoretically better position. Also, it is minus 0.8, which is better for black. But Vincent Keimer is not a stockfish. He won't play all the best moves. He won't convert the position that easily. So, I don't know what will happen, chat. Come on. Someone, please write what will happen in this game. Rook a5, just played. Okay, rook a5, logical move. Trying to activate the rook here. Trying to go to the second rank, maybe. Maybe that's an idea. Maybe to play e3. Maybe f4, maybe h4. Both moves are kinda nice. Both moves are kinda fine. Kinda okay. And kinda natural as well, yes. Definitely. And rook a5, very natural move. Rook was in prison on c5. This was the only move, I think. Now the position is equal, perfectly equal, almost only minus 0.1. That means the position is almost draw. Almost completely equal for way E. But what is the best move? Rook c7, which is very nice. Rook c7 is just a very, very natural move. Rook c7 going to this pawn. Probably rook c5 is the only move there. And maybe they will repeat moves and the game will end. And with it, the stream ends when these two guys are about to finish the game. So, just one quick note: what happened between Ivic Velimir and Dai Taiwan. We left around here. Rook d1. What happened? He took the pawn, which was a mistake. And yes, this was just a pretty straightforward win here. Yes. Push the, and here he resigned, which is very logical, of course. So let's go back to Wei versus Keimer. Check, rook c7, check, king g2, and now I would argue if anyone will win, it will be white. Actually, I would argue that. Takes there is e3s. You cannot really take, or can you? You can take, but then it's bishop d4 is better. Excuse me, but bishop d4 is slightly better than e3. Logical, I guess. Bishop d4 trying to take here. What is the move here then? knight d5 allowing to take here. I guess that's also an idea. But rook a2, and these two will probably king f1 now, and king f1 is losing. King f1 is losing for, oh my goodness, king f1 is losing for Wei because of pawn to h4. Because of pawn to h4, it is losing now. h4, g takes on f4, and f4 just wins the game. It is -3. It is -3 for Vincent Keimer here. Oh my goodness. What an extraordinary game. But h4 is so hard to find. So hard. So hard to find. What do you think, chat, will happen? What do you think? Will he find pawn to h4? It is logical, but if you don't have anything to do after that, it's pretty hard to play it, yeah? What will happen, chat? Please tell me. h4 is the best move. It's very hard. Very hard to find it. But we'll see. And you, of course, need to know that both players get 30 seconds each move they made, so they won't flag. They won't lose on time. Commonly said. So, yes, like pawn to h4 just wins the game. Apparently, I'm not sure why exactly, but because you get these two pawns here, maybe just pushing. King of 1 was just a premature move. Yes, he was afraid of bishop d4, but it was just a draw because you get enough counterplay here on the win side actually. That's why, but very hard to do that. So now h4 wins. Time around to 1 minute. No, he blunders with rook to c2. Now it is a draw. After takes, I guess. Why can't you take? Bishop b4 again. Now the best move is knight c8. Which was played. What is knight c8 actually? It was the top engine move, but I don't understand it at all. What is knight c8 actually? Knight c8. What is this? Chat, what is this? What is this? Come on, what is this? Allow just here, yes? Knight e7 is an idea. Rook c1, king g2, but can't you just play rook? Oh, you take with the rook and you trade rooks and it's fine. Well, I guess it's fine. Knight c8, very nice move. And now it should be very quick draw, I would say. Because the pawns are on the same side and the king is close enough to hold this pawn. And that's why it should be a draw, but I mean, it might not be actually. But yes, time around this should be the syndrome. He played perfectly from the beginning to the end, but now he blundered with rook c2, not finding pawn to h4, which was the crucial resource down the road, down the path to a clear win. But he missed it. Everyone would, except for maybe Magnus Carlsen, but of course he is not from this world. But he is not playing in this tournament, not this year. He's down to 10 seconds. Okay, h4 was played now. h4 was played now, which creates some complications. Not taking this pawn. h4 should have been played earlier. And everything would be different. But now just g takes on f4, f4. G takes on h4 and then f4. The game should end pretty quickly, I would say. Okay, f4 happens. Now knight here probably, or knight d6 here. Keimer has 1 minute left. Keimer has 1 minute on the clock, but 1 minute is very little time if you're playing a very complicated endgame you're not familiar with. The players don't know the valuation. Maybe Keimer is thinking, okay, I got this, I am winning by the computer, but they don't know that it is all zeros here. If they would know this, probably the game would end in a draw. But maybe Wei is like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be checkmated here, or maybe I'm going to lose because of f3 and rook c1 actually checkmate. What should I do? Maybe f3. F3 of course loses due to the takes. No, takes is also. Wait, what? F3? F3 is a draw actually. Wow. F3 still a draw. What is that? What is that actually? Wow. So yes, I've been streaming for 3 hours straight now. Um, 96 was played, which was the top engine move. Timer has less than 1 minute. So f3 threatening checkmate. This is checkmate. King 1 only move. Rook e2. King d1 takes. Is a rook? What is that? Rook e2, king d1, and rook f2 is apparently a draw, but you have this pawn. What is this? If he draws the. Oh, this is so hard to draw actually. So hard to draw. So hard to draw actually. That's pretty insane. Imagine he drew this. And that's probably just the best ending. Like, you could go to f1, yeah. You could, right? I guess you could. I guess you could. Maybe you shouldn't, but maybe you could. Okay, that's a clear idea of playing here, and this checkmate. That's a clear checkmate. But you go check. Only move. Now we go back. Because that's on move. If you go king d1, I just take your pawn, yeah? I just take your pawn. What about king g6 here? Oh, that is h5. If takes here. And it's still apparently a draw, but don't go into this. Don't go into this. But this is so hard to play. This is so hard to play here. I'm not sure what will happen. Chat, what will happen? Will Wei be able to hold this, or will Vincent Keimer break through in this endgame? This is so insane endgame. Chat, please. I am watching your comments. I'm watching your live chat. So chat, what do you think will happen here? They repeated once. This position has occurred twice. So king h8 will be played, then check, back. It's a draw by repetition. Chat, what will happen? Will it be a draw, or will Vincent Keimer be able to break through? That's the question we are all wondering about. He only has 30 seconds left. Will he be able to win the game, or won't he be able to win the game? Chat, what will happen? Very hard question to answer. Very hard. Wait, did they just draw the game? Yes, they drew the... No. They are a repeating move. Oh, that is bishop f8 actually. Bishop f8 is the only move that doesn't draw the game by repetition. If he plays king h7 back, he will repeat moves. So bishop f8, you cannot lose this endgame, yeah? Bishop f8. If you play king h7, then this is draw by repetition. He only has 10 seconds. He might just play... No, he plays for the win. Bishop f8. He doesn't play king h7 repeating the moves. He goes for a win. He's trying to win. But it will be very hard. Very hard. I'm not sure if he will be able to do that, but it will be very hard to do. Wei has 4 minutes. Keimer only has like 39 seconds. That means that he played the move when he only had 4 seconds left on the clock, which is quite extensive thing. But he's playing for a win, ladies and gentlemen. He is playing for a win. There is no checkmate threat anymore because rook c1, king d2 there. Bishop h6 would be checkmate, but that's an illegal move because rook takes your king is impossible. Let's put it that way. But you always have a draw, like with rook e2 and repeating some moves. You always have a draw, I think. With the black pieces, you shouldn't be scared of losing this game whatsoever. But you should be scared of drawing. I mean, scared of drawing this game. That's the wrong words put together. You shouldn't be scared of drawing the game. Draw is pretty fine if you're playing against Wei. He's probably one of the best super grandmasters in the world. But still. Now he's thinking how to draw the game. He will find the way. And that's probably the last game we'll be looking at in this stream. When this game ends, the stream will end officially. So okay, we get some moves. King D1 or Rook F2 probably played in few seconds. And then just take here and just be able to draw this every day of the week, as people say. No. Usually. Yeah, just knight takes here. If you take with the rook, well, you lose your knight here, which is probably still pretty doable blunder, actually. Pretty doable blunder. But that of course won't happen. Just knight takes here. Rook f2 there. Rook f1 also, yes. Rook e2 maybe. Oh no, rook e2, there is check here. Takes. But that should be winning for black, definitely. Definitely should be winning. Because you pick up the knight. And check is when you pick up the rook. So yes. The game should end in a draw pretty quickly now. Rook f1, king d2. And probably the one playing for the win there should be Wei, but h4 will also fall off, and then you can even sack your bishop for the remaining pawn, and rook and knight versus rook should be just a theoretical draw. There is no way to win except if you blunder a fork and you lose the rook, but that shouldn't happen. Timer round to 4 seconds, 3-1. Probably the port is not updating. He played rook h2. Knight g5 is a great move. Knight g5 going here. But then you always have here, so it takes. Knight g5 takes here. You could just take here. And this is just a theoretical draw, and now the table base also confirms this, which is just easily doable draw, yes. So knight g5 was just played. Knight g5, rook h4 remains pretty easy draw, yeah. Probably this is just easy draw after rook takes on h4. Well, there is f2 actually. f2 king e2. f2 king e2, there is nothing there. f2 happens, yes. Okay, check first, then rook e1. f2 there, just rook takes, but takes here takes. Yeah, this is just a draw now. This is just a draw now. We are to move 71. You could potentially just sack your knight for the remaining pawn, but you don't really want to enter bishop versus a bishop and a rook versus a rook. You should just be able to draw this any day of the week. So they will just make few moves, and then they will offer a draw, 1 to each, and the game should just end in a draw pretty quickly. But we'll of course see what will happen. What will happen here? But yes, I've been streaming more than 3 hours and 10 minutes now. Thank you for all that are watching my stream here. Okay, 95 happens. Just play a random move so that the game can end peacefully. Rook c5, I guess. Just don't blunder any forks. Now I guess just rook here, bishop here. Oh, that is just here. And then the rook can get through. Where now this position even I would draw against Vincent Keimer. But you go here. Why wouldn't you go here? Oh my goodness. If you go here, then there is a fork. And you lose your I almost threw the game out of the window. Excuse me. And this was close. No, don't play here if you get forked. Yes. LOL. But okay. Okay. Doesn't matter. What will happen now? I hope for a quick draw because this is just nothing. This should end in a draw pretty quickly, and when it ends in a draw, well then I will end the stream because there are no more interesting games going on. Come on, make some moves, and the game will end peacefully in a draw, although it wasn't a very peaceful game whatsoever. But okay, you play king c2, bishop e6, so rook g1, something. Maybe just rook e6 or something. It doesn't quite matter what you do. It should be pretty easy draw to handle. Just don't blunder your knight or your rook, of course. But yes, it should be. It should be pretty easy draw. Pretty easy draw. Check, king f7, go back to e1 or something. Maybe go to c8. Rook c8. Yes, just go up with the king and you should pick up the pawn and the game will end in a draw. Peacefully. Yeah, no, king c4, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's so... I thought he blundered the rook. But now bishop takes, there is here fork. Oh my goodness. There is fork here. And the game ended in a draw. As you can see here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was round 6 of European Chess Club Championship. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned for more chess and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.